Blog Talk Radio.
Is that you, dear?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I can't see this song playing. Do I need to end this thing?
It'll stop. Don't forget don't forget that you have to do the before the show, the fucking whatever it is, disclaimer.
Yeah.
If you see it there, if not, I'll do it.
Yeah. Wow. And there you have it. This is Randall S. rocking you from the Mermaid Lounge in Central California Deltas. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all can come aboard here. It's been a while, been on sabbatical, and doing some things to the lounge to make it a little more enticing to the eye. And tonight we've got a great show to relaunch the lounge. We're going to do rock legends and which ones have gotten you through these trying times here. So we've got a variety here. And so without ado, let me introduce my gracious co-host. Mrslilboo, you there, dear?
I'm here, dear.
All right.
All right.
It's been a while. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I was missing
in
you.
a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, had to take a break through the winter here. But now all is good. So we've got quite a lineup tonight. It's my understanding. A lot of music, a lot of song.
Yeah.
Get a lot of cool information. Tonight ought to be good. Yeah?
Yeah, should be. Yes, I agree.
Should be. So I've got someone on.
Hanging with you is always fun.
What's that?
Hanging with you is always fun, so can't do bad.
Well, I've got a new, for those listening in.
Okay, it's not always fun. I'm just kidding.
I've redone the lounge a bit. Got new staff here. Got a bartender, new bartender, Stubing.
Stubing.
And yeah, Stubing. He's a new bartender, and so we've got new girls. So it's all good. And we've got somebody on hold here with a whole bunch of ones. Let me take this call.
I think that's Racantour.
What's up, Randall?
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of ones. Is that you, Rack?
Racantour is number one.
Yeah, the spammers pick up. When I browse, the spammers are now picking up the phone number because I'm using my phone when I go on the internet, so I'm getting more spam, so I had to block my number.
Gotcha. Well, it's good to have you, brother. How you been?
Rack, don't tell him I was stalking you, Rack.
You stalking? No. I'm good, Randall. You know.
Hey, so yeah. So what's up with you, brother?
Missed your vibe. Nothing.
Oh,
you know. It's,
oh, that's cute, Mr. Vibe. That's cute.
Thanks, brother. Well, you know, we're in the saddle, rolling up for mystery tours, and you know, on our way again to that place where poetry is written without words. That's where we're going, brother. So glad to have you aboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like a bra on. I'm gonna be like a bra on the wrong side of a shirt. I'm gonna show my support.
Hey, right on, brother. Well, I tell you what, Matt, the talent of the Siren Quills is because they've been truthful the whole time they've been gone. They've still been kicking it out. And Mrslilboo leading the pack. So we've got a lot of quills, a lot of queens, a lot of very beautiful ladies amongst the group who are phenomenally talented. And Rack, brother, it's good to have you. So, to get on with the rock legends, let's do this. Boo, what do we got coming up here first? So you know me. I can't leave too much digital spirit up to me.
Hey, I see Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Awesome. I want Cindy to call. And remember I was just talking about her, Rack? That's so funny.
Well, she said she might be stalking Brophy. So, yeah, that's cool. So we'll let her get through that, and maybe she'll have a chance to call.
Okay, I was just talking about her last night to Rack. I said how much I like her, how much I would love to give her a show. I've been asking her for years. Anyway, we could start with, I don't know if Bud's going to call, or I was wishing he was going to, but we'll see.
He's probably not going to call.
Yeah, probably not. So, Pat's going to call.
All right. How about you open here with something that...
and there's Big V. Big V's going to call. We'll start with Bud.
Let's open up with somebody. Okay. You want to wait for Bud, or is there something else we can read?
No, we can do Bud. I don't think he's going to call. Yeah. Okay. I think it's a SoundCloud. Let me check. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a SoundCloud. It's at the top, but let me make sure.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, he does. But Jay's already got him in there. Thanks, Jay. So,
yeah, he goes. Heart of a River, I think it is. Heart of the River.
Yeah, then we're ahead of the game. Yep.
Yeah. Are you up on the board, dear?
Yeah.
All right, you do it, and I'll hit it. All right.
Ready, hit it.
All right.
We're talking about heart as a river flowing with love, raging
Well, what can you say to that other than that is not only scrumptious, but absolutely gorgeous. Budo, after 4 months, man, you deliver. You know, guys, I tell you, things are going to be changing in the music business here a lot here as things are coming out. And we're going to get some fresh sounds. And wouldn't we all like to hear Budo do this in with some serious equipment behind him here? Absolutely stunning. Budo, what did you think of that?
Sorry. Yeah, that was so good. I mean, you could feel every word, every emotion, heart of a river. I mean, flowing with love, raging with anger, with all the emotions of a relationship, up and down, dark and light. And he's standing there alone, and he's praying to the Lord if the river runs dry, for his love, I guess, to come back. And he's waiting, standing there praying. Like, it's heartbreaking, but it's beautiful at the same time. And your voice was lovely, Bud. And if she doesn't come back, she's an idiot.
You know, it's just the song speaks to all of us. I don't listen to much of what actually goes on the radio. I do listen to stuff that I recorded before. But I have noticed amongst the country ballads here, some of them are really geared for about 8 years old. And especially if you're a poet, you pay attention to the words. And some of the stuff is just wow. Budo's song is so emotionally intelligent. It's just stunning. Rack, what do you think, brother?
Yeah, I got to play off the word river and say that I love the flow of it. He can always carry us on with his words. He's just amazing. It's I constantly say, I'm surprised he doesn't, play, out there like on a wedding band or something, something more mainstream than just, on the site. I know it takes up a lot of his time, and he's always very busy and stuff. So, he's selfish,
he's a busy guy.
Want to hear more.
Yeah, I agree, Rack. However, he's a busy guy, but everything has its time. You know what I mean? Everything has its moment. And maybe that moment might be coming later on in the future here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So kind of looking forward to it here. Be a blessing to everyone. Absolutely gorgeous. And Cindy's on the board. It was wonderful. Can't sing and don't do song lyrics very well, but it's always over here, especially with COVID. Yeah. Hear that. And it was wonderful. And Boo, what a way to open the show. Bud, you're listening out there, man. Rocking as usual. That was stellar. Very good, very good, very good. And
not to mention like the nerve it takes to sing. I know, period. I mean, I would never do it. Just to sing alone is a big deal.
The thing is with Bud doing that is he owns it. Bud owns all of that. That's what makes that quite cool. That's all him. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't just push an app. He's a real musician. There's a difference.
No.
In my opinion.
No. And Bud's songs, they just give you a big insight into the man's heart and who he is. He is just such a wonderful soul. So, and it's expressed in his music. It comes out in his talent and his lyrics and his song. Gorgeous. Thank you, Bud, for an opening blessing.
You just dropped it, Bud.
Yeah. And Boo, where do we go from here, dear? You're the rudder on this ship.
Oh, Lord, that's scary. Rack, do you have to go, like, shortly, anytime soon? You want to go, Rack?
No, unless I start feeling woozy, I should be around.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Just checking.
So we'll hang. So,
All right.
Boo,
Cool.
do we have anyone we need to read that, might not be on the show or just listening that we can read?
Yeah. We got plenty. Let's see. I don't know where.
I'll tell you what. I'll put one up. I'll do one real quick. All right?
Okay, yeah, good. Idea.
Yeah, I'll do this. I'll open with one here. This is one, you know what? I'll stick it in the, yeah, okay. This is one, I don't know, a few years back that come into AP, and I think this is the first front page pick that I ever got. So, anyway. This is for Jimmy. Trick J. Jimmy, you live in fervent flashbacks, expanding my experience, riding in on a white 6-string fat Fender Strat, left-handed and upside down, blazing licks on a Monterey stage filled with feathers and lighter fluid, while the mamas and the papas sat in awe after California dreaming. Pure Americana, closing Woodstock with a dazzling banner, stars forever striping a generation of ears with new shades of red, white, and blues. My electric virtuoso, spent at 27, like a 4-way hit of window pane, on the pinnacle of feedback, still living through psychedelic trails, full haze aftermath, sharing trips and bell-bottom memories with Janice and Jerry until I'm excused by the world to kiss the sky. End of poem.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's a surprise. But, yeah, that's really good. Not that that's a surprise, but I love Jimi Hendrix. I love the picture you put there. Fervent flashbacks, expanding my experience. That's funny, riding in a white 6-string Fender Strat. It's almost like he's angelic, like he's going to heaven. Or look at all the, oh my God, look at all the, this one. Yeah, like he's an angel, a rock and roll angel. Look at all the awards this one's won. Holy shit. Wow, I've never had a poem win that many trophies. Anyway, my electric verse was spent at 27. That's the sucky part, 27 club. But yeah, he rocked out.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, he was sad.
27 club. And he played an electric white Stratocaster Fender upside down. So he was left-handed. Yeah, left-handed, and he played the guitar upside down. So he didn't switch the strings from his bass strings to his high strings down. He just played it that way. Took a regular right-handed guitar and flipped it upside down and played it left-handed. So his style was just, well, he's a trailblazer. And if we're dealing with legends, there you go. Yeah, cool, guys. Yeah. Part of the 27 Club.
Huh.
Yeah. Right on.
Rack,
so,
did
Boo,
you
what do we
say
got?
something, Rack?
I'm actually
say something?
looking. I've got something specific. I'm hoping that I have an audio for it, too.
Did you comment on Randall? I wasn't sure if I heard you or I'm just tripping.
Well, no. You know, that was a beautiful tribute to Jimi Hendrix. I mean, it was awe-inspiring to be sure. The stuff that he did on stage, he poured the lighter fluid on the guitar and lit it on fire. I mean, he did so many different things. But, you know, like he mentioned, the most noteworthy thing that he did was that he actually could, you know, play it upside down because he didn't want to restring it. You know, it's just incredible that he could even think that way, you know, and yeah, I mean, phenomenal. And you know, the way that he played, too, was just groundbreaking. Yeah. I mean, he did things that people were only dreaming of at the time, and he made the guitar do things that people were like, you know, how the hell did you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. To achieve it,
nobody's like me.
By the time you're 27 years old is something. There's a little bit of rock trivia when Eric Clapton and George Harrison were good friends, and I used to have a tape of Jimmy in Amsterdam from 1969, and with Janis Joplin on the flip side of the tape there at the same club in Amsterdam. Anyway, when Eric Clapton saw Jimmy play at Amsterdam, he called up George Harrison. He goes, "Hey, man, I just saw the guy that could upset our careers." Okay, and now Eric Clapton is no joke. Neither is George Harrison, or was, you know.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy was all that for what he did. Right on.
And you really like him, right? I mean, like him?
I'll tell you what, for those that know anything about the song All Along the Watchtower, Bob Dylan wrote. And if you really listen to that song, the feel of that song, it's one of the most mind-blowing intros in rock music, if you've ever studied intros. But that when Bob Dylan heard him do that, he said that's the way that song was intended to sound, as opposed to Bob, even though Bob is the writer of it. Jimmy just blew it out the door. So, guys, you get a chance. I mean, check that song out. It's a heavy song if you haven't heard it. And on that note, I'm going to take Verge here. It's on the line. Big G, are you here, brother?
Hello, Big Bro. You're my second Big Bro. Between you
glad to have you aboard the lounge, bro.
No, man, I couldn't miss this. I had to get involved. So thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great. Here, what do you drink, brother? Stubing. The gentleman over here at table 4. Big D. It's on the line, brother. All right? Stubing will be around, man. You'll take your order. It's on me. It's all good.
Well, I'll take a rather large brandy, if you don't mind, with a little less Dizzy Gillespie on the side, because obviously you've got your Dizzy Gillespie co-host there giggling in the background because she didn't send me an invite on time. But I'm here now. I'll take my brandy and I'll absorb all the information and knowledge that you want to pass on, because I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot tonight.
Oh,
Rack, what are you drinking?
You know what? Well, yes, I'll just let it move like a rolling stone, and we'll take it from there.
Sounds good to me. Sounds perfect to me. That works for me.
Hey, so while I got you, Boo, I don't know how many we got to get through. You got to guide me. You know, I'll stall this shit for hours. I don't care. So if you
we're as bad.
Do we need to carry on here? Or did V?
Yes,
did you hear that piece I did on Jimmy?
I heard you speaking about Jimmy taking Dylan's version and making it his own, which I thought was quite interesting. But I didn't hear the actual recording. If you played something,
hey, no problem, brother. Very cool. So, Boo, what do we got here? Am I lagging? Am I on schedule? Does it even frickin' matter?
Do you want to go Big V?
I just use the forced Big V and Rack. You know that.
That's why you're Big Bro. That's
we're just flying the lounge.
That's how it goes. We work with the force. No, we work with the force. That's the only way to go.
Yeah. You want to go Big V?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to go to me so soon, Diana. You can. No, I keep doing that. Sorry, Boo. You can do it. You can roll with me a little later. We've got. I'm sure there's plenty of good stuff.
Okay. In that case, then will you read one for us, Big V?
I read
and then
one for you.
I can give you one. I can give you one. There's no audio, so Randall will have to read it, but it's a brevity.
Okay,
you gave me one already, Rack. You gave me one, Rack.
Give me a brevity to read for sure. I can work with a brevity.
You want to?
You gave me one already, Rack.
You want me to read
earlier.
One, Rack?
I got one for Rack. I don't know if it has the audio. Your one you told me to put earlier. What it feels like to die.
Oh, you could do that one.
I've got one that says Rack only a memory. Is that it?
Oh, no, that was something different.
That's all okay.
Do you see one there that says what it feels like to die for Rack?
Well, I'm going off of what
That one was written to Don McLean's American Pie. This one's original. It's not written to a specific song. It's just about a musical type, you know.
Is this Serenade? Is that the one?
I'm looking back for you.
You could read that one. You could read. I think you'll like that one.
Serenade.
Okay.
You want me to read that one? Okay.
Yes, please.
I will, brother. Okay. This is Serenade by Racantour. You are the melody to the song stuck in my head, permeating all other thought from morning till bed. I hum you absently when not singing out loud. You're just so ingrained in my mind, my fondest wish to win your heart. Your face, the image I'd cherish, were I to go blind. And a poem.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
I like that.
That's stunning, rap. That is a gorgeous brevity, brother. Gorgeous brevity. Wow.
Great
it's
read.
Nice. It's truly nice when you have a rock hero in the heart. That doesn't necessarily mean an entertainer. It just means when a significant other is the rock star in your life. Things can get cool. Verge, what'd you think, brother?
I really liked it as well. I really thought there was a real sincerity in the words, a real connection to I guess the beauty of song as much as the romance of what the words are also saying. There's a real nice connect. This is not the one that is connected to Don McLean's song. Is that correct? Or is
no, not at all. No, this is just about, you know, how a relationship is like, you know, music, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely what I got from it straight away. I got that, you know, you are the melody. It's such a great intro line. It's like, okay, here we go. You know, we're going into song, but we're going somewhere deeper as we go further down. This is sounds okay, Randall.
The ultimate mistress, a very subtle and delicious mistress, is music. The song.
Yeah.
You know, and what did Verge your hip on a Stevie Wonder, man? What did he put it out what it's really all about in that one album, Songs in the Key of Life.
Life, yeah, without doubt.
Where the music's at, man.
Yeah. Without doubt.
Boo, what'd you think?
Oh, I thought the same. I mean, anybody, if you can be with somebody who likes music as much as you do, or whatever, like anything as much as you do, that's beautiful. And he always puts his heart right on the page, the emotion right there on the page. Every time, I just thought it was a great brevity. You just saw your heart there. And what I want to do, Rack, I hope that you don't mind, is that I'm going to play your other one because I found it and I think you deserve it.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you'll hear the power of Don McLean right away. But the other one's a little more sad. And
This is what it feels like to die by Racantour.
Okay.
It seems like such a long time ago. You walked away for reasons I will never know.
The poem's there. You need me to... Yeah.
Okay, I want to take this probably down, hold a little bit here, and I'll get this so we can start again with Rax. Bringing them in on the lounge.
Okay.
720. Who's joining the lounge?
Hey, Randall, it's Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea, how are you, dear?
I'm well. How are you?
So good. I'm better now that I've heard your voice. Thank you. I'm glad you're coming aboard, dear. Welcome, one of my dear siren quills. Yeah. Let me take another one. 608. This might be Jay.
And it is Jay. How's everybody doing?
And it is Jay.
Hey, Jay. What's up? Hey,
brother?
Sweet. How you guys doing?
You
doing good. Yes, I am.
Okay. I tell you what. I know you're limited on time. Boo, can we switch and we'll do Jay's here and then we'll do Rax right afterwards so we can digest this first one while we hear Jay's?
Yeah, I'm going to grab it.
Okay, we'll take a minute. Jay, I know you're on your break.
Yeah, I'm working today and trying to fight a little food poisoning at the same time.
Oh,
food
thank you.
poisoning?
Nice.
Where have you got food poisoning from? What's happened to you? What, you eating too much fish? What's happened?
Oh, I got home. I worked overtime last night and stopped by the convenience store late at night and grabbed the sandwich from there, and it it wasn't the best idea in the world.
Oh, man.
You know, Jay, food poisoning is just a blessing in itself, but when you've got to work on top of it, I don't know. That just kind of doubles it, doesn't it? That just makes it so much better. Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, I know. It just adds all the excitement you need. So your piece is up, bro, and you can let the good die.
All right, will do. This is based off the song "No One But You, Only the Good Die Young" that Queen, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon did in a tribute to Freddie Mercury after he passed away. And I call this poem "The Good Die," and it goes like this: broken-hearted people looking for a voice turned in your direction. You became their choice. Sadly, we remember, but ask what you would do. You'd put on a show for the world, give them something new. Though your party's over, you left before your time. We raise a glass to toast your life, celebrate in the rhyme. The good die, too near the sun. When they go, they are too young. I shed a drop only for you. End poem.
Yeah, Jay. Freddie was all that. And so was Brian May. Those boys are incredibly talented. I know, and I'm sure you're probably aware. Didn't he did an opera with, who's that famous opera singer, the old guy, the dark-haired guy? I forgot his name.
Pavarotti.
Pavarotti.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he knew he could, and he did have the voice for it. Incredible talent. Another shooting star. Just a gorgeous tribute. Rack, what'd you think of that?
That was awesome, Jay. I'm always loved Freddie Mercury's voice. He's incredible. He's just incredible. And that was a wonderful tribute. I think Brian May's still alive, though, isn't he?
Yeah, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon are all still alive.
Yeah, I thought that, yeah.
Because Randall was saying was. Yeah. He was an astrophysicist too.
Oh yeah. He invented his own guitars. Brian May did.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. May's no joke.
Really?
Absolutely. If you listen to the sound of Brian May's guitars, he created the sound quality, the guitar itself, the way it's amplified, and everything. He put all of that together. Just an absolute freaking genius.
Yeah,
interesting.
Incredible virtuoso. The arrangement of Bohemian Rhapsody is mind-blowing. Brian's brilliant. It was just the brain behind Queen, you know.
Okay.
Just brilliant. Yeah, Verge, you want to lay in on this one?
I mean, it's such I have to, like I said earlier to you, both Boo and you, Randall, I'm not a rock guru of any kind, but I certainly appreciate the power of the words in this, Jay. It takes me to so many of the great ones who we've lost too young, in all honesty. And the idea that the people who worked with them, what their loss must be from because the musical connection is such a powerful one in the first place. That to then lose somebody who was part of your musical journey, it really must be heart-wrenching for a lot of these guys. So in terms of what you've written, I really think that you couldn't have put it better, I think, in a lot of ways, you know. For a lot of them, it's like, it's the good die too near the sun. It's like, you were just shining so bright and now you've been taken away. So that's what I certainly get from this. So yeah, I really like this write as well.
Very
I appreciate
cool. it.
Thank you.
And Sweet Pea, what do you think, dear?
Well, I really enjoyed the fact that it can be written as a tribute for so many, actually, that have gone before us, because so many of the good have died young on us. But Freddie Mercury certainly did put a show on for the world. He was so big and so large and so wonderful. I love that certain stanza, because when you say his name, you just think just like firecracker show, just huge fireworks, and I love that stanza because that is the imagery I think of when I think of Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, they were quite a theatrical band. Queen was all that. Very cool. And Boo, I'll let you close out on Jay. What'd you think, dear?
How'd I know, Jay? Told you. That's right. I knew you were going to do something, but this is good. I mean, the Queen, they're just like entertainers. It wasn't singing. It was the whole thing. The whole show was like amazing. And they did a performance every single night. And I think that's what you captured here. Plus your love for them. I know how you feel about them. And you did a great job, Jay. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Boo.
You can't go to a sporting event without hearing either "We Will Rock You" or "We Are the Champions."
Yeah. I mean, let me think about it. That simple song, like a worldwide anthem, when you want to rally the team. I mean, are you kidding me? I don't know that there's one any bigger than that anywhere in the world in any language. That's what it's about.
Not to mention Dana Carvey in the Volkswagen.
Yeah, that's the human spirit speaking out right there. Well done.
Yeah,
can you stick around for another? Or you got to go.
I'm going to have to go, but I wanted to read you something. This is from the lyrics, the actual lyrics of the song. You know, it says, "One by one, only the good die young. They're only flying too close to the sun, and life goes on without you."
Yeah, that's right. And on a closing note, Jay, I want to thank you for loading this stuff on the board, brother, and to save me a nightmare doing that. You know how that shit tweaks me out.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, you guys got all of the audio there that you guys need. So you guys have a great show. Yep, and we'll talk to you all later.
Blessing upon the board. Thank you.
Take care, Jay. Hope you feel better.
Take care.
All right.
Yeah, Jay.
Bye.
Get better, Jay.
Oh, I will.
Got another call I want to take in here and see who this is here. 724. Who's joining us?
Hi, it's Chi. How is everybody?
Hey,
Hi,
Chi. Hey. G or G? Which one?
C-H-I.
I thought it was you.
Mama Chi.
Chi from Washington, D.C. Hey, Chi.
Chi from D.C.
How's everybody?
Chi from D.C.
Welcome.
That's who it is.
How are you?
Okay, I'm a little late, but I have some alchemy to do, but I straightened it out. Sometimes you got to turn a negative energy into a positive.
Okay. I have straggler boats that pick up the ones that don't make it to the dock in time, and they still get aboard the lounge. Stubby, she's on board table 7. Look her up, all right? Don't worry about the fantails, Chi. Everything's cool on the lounge, all right, dear? Glad you could join us.
I love you too.
Cool.
I was telling him I hope that him, Chi.
So,
Ruth,
to get on with things, I'm glad
yeah.
Jay stopped by and do a deal with the board here, and his piece is marvelous. I know we had rack spending, and I know we have Sweet Pea is on a time frame, so
we'll do racks and Sweet Pea.
Is that cool, Sweet Pea? Are you cool with that, Julia?
Absolutely. I'm good.
All right.
Can you redrop racks, please? And I'll press the button.
Do we need to redrop it?
Yeah, it should just be up on the board a little bit, or a rack. Maybe you can copy it. Then I'll be ready to.
No, I have to go. Let's see. I gotta go back. We gotta go back in time here, huh?
It's only a few. Okay, maybe just more than a few.
There we go.
I posted the link up, yeah. I posted the link. So now
Okay.
you just
Nice job, Bert.
play the SoundCloud.
Before we start, we're going to hit play again. This is an audio, right? And
Yeah.
so you're going to hit it. Before you do it here, before you hit the button, let me take another call here. We've got one more joining the lounge. 903, who's with us?
This is Little Gary. How are y'all doing tonight?
Hi, Little Gary.
Gary, what's shaking, brother?
Hey, Gary.
Man, me, if I was outside, we had a storm come through Texas, and it done chilled down to like a cool 60 or something outside.
Wow.
Wow. You know what? That state gets big weather like it's cattle and it's freaking rattlesnakes. You know what I'm saying? Shit is big in Texas. You guys are used to that stuff, huh?
Absolutely. I think we had some tornadoes. We kept hearing the radio go off at work all day today south of us. But, yeah, we had some bad weather this time of year for sure.
All right. Well, we're going to put a rap on now. Glad you could join us. Is this a SoundCloud, Boo, or what do we have for this?
It's a SoundCloud.
Okay.
This is What It Feels Like to Die by Racantour. It seems like such a long time ago. You walked away for reasons I will never know. I remember how you used to tell me that I made you smile. Apparently you were pretending all the while. When I think back, it makes me shiver, those devastating words you would deliver. All I could remember is how I cried. Those words left me so empty inside. And all I could think was, this is what it feels like to die. And you couldn't even look me in the eye. Those days you were the music that soothed my soul. I never realized you were only playing a role, disappearing into the night with only a note to say goodbye. And when I found it, all I could do was cry. And all I could think was, this is what it feels like to die. This is what it feels like to die. End poem.
Yeah. I think all of us, one time or another, have experienced this, if we've been around any block at all. And that's exactly what it feels like. I'll go right down the list here. This opens one up here. Chi, what do you think?
Sounds like you bumped into the Great Pretender. Somebody had a good acting role, and you got sucked in. I mean, but everything, even a positive or a negative, is a learning experience. And the next time around, It still make you strong. Anything that don't kill you is gonna make you strong.
That's right. That's what they say. It's brutal getting through, but once you get through it, it does make you tougher. It makes you wiser. It makes you appreciate things more also. What's that old cliche? You can only appreciate the miracle of sunrise if you have waited in darkness. So, yeah. Boo, what you think of that?
Well, I think that I feel, well, first of all, I mean, he reads the poetry so beautifully. I know I say that every single time. But I read this the other day, too, and this sucks when you realize the relationship's over. That person that made you happy now makes you cry. That person that was your everything now is nothing. And disappearing into the night with only a note to say goodbye when I found out I could cry. Like, when you realize this is it, they've actually left. And that's what it feels like to die, severe heartbreak. And again, your heart on the page, Rack. Beautifully and moving.
Yeah, I think, you're right. You're right, Boo. I think without going through this at least once, it would be really hard to appreciate the magnitude of what love really is without experiencing the loss of it. Yeah. And how it does make you feel when it crushes you inside. And that's what we're in the process of taking it back and sharing that. That's what it's about. So I'm taking the ladies first. Sweet Pea, what do you think of that?
Well, I think it's always the inability to catch one's breath when the heart's been crushed. It's you have to remember you can always go out there and find somebody willing to give you a little bit of some heart compressions and some mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. So
yeah,
I think it's out there for you, Rack. But you definitely clearly gave us the feels and all of that in this poem, and it breaks my heart to make you, think that anyone would ever leave you alone.
Yeah.
Thanks.
These are going through those are the painful times. The time for shades and shadows feels like as we work ourselves through the tombstone, through the memories and the emotions.
It's like you have to go through the 5 stages of grief.
Yes, you do. It's what makes it grow stronger. And it's always painful going through it, that's for sure. And that transcends into all things that are closest to us. That's why the book of Ecclesiastes mentions a time for everything under heaven, for all seasons and all the things we need to go through. I guess it's the needed experience. Very cool. And Verge, what do you think?
As I've said recently on a few shows, I've really never, maybe I've just not had that kind of like really deep love like that. I think I did with one particular lady, but it took me to What Becomes of the Broken Hearted. I can't remember whose song that was, but it certainly reminds me of that. And it also took me to a couple of other strange places. It took me to Backstabbers by the OJ, and the idea of somebody, giving you the idea that all these things that they're saying to you are proof positive of their love for you, only for them to stab you in the back, which I guess relates to love on quite a deep level as well. But clearly, Rack is like, dude, you've gone through some serious heartbreak. I mean, when you write these kinds of things, they really do. They're kind of heart-wrenching kind of poems that you write. And the only other way I can really relate is, I have to be honest, it's a very obscure thing to say, but I remember when I was back in London and I first was really getting used to using, a computer to play music, and I played huge amounts of music. And one day I caught the actual the connecting lead. I cut off half of the lead and left half of the lead inside and couldn't play any music. and it tore me apart. I was like, oh my God, I got the connection in, but I can't get anything from it, and it was absolutely heart-wrenching. And I know that sounds crazy, but in terms of my love for music, this poem relates deeply to me, because I'm like, I cannot express it enough. A day for me without music is like my heart being pulled out from inside.
Yeah.
I have to have music every single day without fail. You know, so that's really what I take from the poem. It's very interesting. Very interesting poem.
Yeah.
I think the thing is that we all need there is the music, whatever it is for us. We use the soundtrack and run the tape of our life, and that's our soundtrack. And it changes and merges and up and down and in and out to whatever spaces we feel like venturing into. And it's truly nice to have that mistress to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you call it. For a woman to have it, I don't know what they call it. I can only, you know what I'm saying. For a man to be a mistress, I don't know what a woman calls it. When music is as important to them also. So anyway,
isn't it also? Sorry, Randall. Sorry. Just before you let Gary jump in, I just wanted to say, isn't it also like that when you lose a record or you lose something, musical something that you absolutely, it was like a massive part of your maybe evolution as a human being, and then like you lose a tape if you're from our generation, or you lose. You lose a piece of vinyl. It's heartbreaking when you lose it, or you scratch your favorite record so it can't play again. You know what I mean, Randall?
Yes, you never. It is always in the blood. I've been I started playing the drums when I was 10, so a lot of friends of mine are very serious players for a lot of heavy duty legends and whatnot. Even now, and so it's an interesting thing of playing it for all the years and then choosing not to do that when it was better to write for them and keep my anonymity and let them do their thing on the stage presence. Nevertheless, we studied so many concerts and so many players to be able to pull it off to see the seasoned ones. But you're right. The instrument never goes away if you've learned it, or if you're akin to whatever instrument it is. It never goes away. That's part of the heart's rhythm section. That's the driving force behind us. And when we have a lot of times when we have nothing else, we have that. And we know the music that best expresses it to get it out and get it released.
That's part of the very magnetism of music, isn't it? It's part of the very magnetism of music. The idea of not having that connection can be just soul destroying, you know, for a really, really serious musician.
Yeah, and that's why tonight we're paying tribute to those that have affected our lives besides countless others here. And on that note, while we've got the next one coming up, I'll take the final comment from Little Gary. Hit me, brother. Oh, by the way, you haven't got a drink yet. Stubing, table 8. Little Gary, tell Stubing what you want. He'll hook you up, bro.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. I'm not supposed to drink on the air, but it's on the air. So whatever I do is my business.
So
I'll take 2 of them.
On the air, you can drink on the water. It's okay. Stubing, hook them up.
It's like gambling. Yeah, we'll play poker too then. It's all wide open. I love that.
Yeah. You need something more
Absolutely.
than a stormy fucking Sunday, man. Dealing with that tornado shit. Back here in the lounge. It's all skill. Stubing, give them a double.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
That's the first thing I'm looking for if a tornado hits my house. Is I hope it didn't hit my little six-pack. I've been saving all week for that summit.
I tell you what, man, there's nothing like cheap entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you, if nobody will play with me, I just play with my damn self.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Yes, sir.
And we've got Sweet Peas up. Sweet Pea, you're going to read yours. And then, Gary, I'm going to give you first comment on Sweet Peas after she reads it. All right, brother?
Absolutely. I appreciate you, sir.
All right, Sweet Pea, it's all yours, dear.
This is Out of the Blue from Hall & Oates, Maneater. Blackberry ocean waves tumble and play in a kaleidoscope gaze. Twist sunset skies to dye in plum-color shades. A full titanium moon howls into view. The wicked wind swirls twisters of pulverized bone into dust devil storms over the islands. Yellow and green scales cluster between a foaming sea, mixture rising from the bottom of periwinkle pristine seas in a violent thrashing motions. As lava spanked the cool mist of waters, a suck on a 10-inch Ted Nugent sound went down into the depths of the abyss to rebound into a pair of sapphire eyes. Waterlogged stairs came crashing down from fevered red eyes as flames burst into bloody waves as a dragon rose from the ocean floor to claw at Luna's smile. In the eye of the storm she stood with grace. She rose from her aqua home. Her eyes sparkle as she spits out the last of the fish bones from her teeth. After all, even dragons like fresh meat and poem.
Hell yeah. And that's why, my dear, I am so glad to have one of the Siren Quills back on board, because you touch us with this imagery and these metaphors with an outstanding closing that is just a phenomenal line. But here's what hits me. As lava spouts the cool midst of waters, a suck on a 10-inch Ted Nugent sound went down into the depths of the abyss to rebound into a pair of sapphire eyes. So when you were reading this and got this watery thing going on, and all of a sudden I'm at Winterland, because this is what happened at 18. When Ted Nugent set the decibel record for Winterland, and the brilliant individual that I was at the time thought the best place to be was my head tucked into the Marshall amp system that was coming out when he set the decibel level. And so the ringing has never stopped, and that was quite a few years ago. So good old Ted, because he hit me with that 10-inch sound, and it went down, and I'm still hearing it. This is very cool.
Thank you.
So, gee, what'd you think of that?
Me?
Oh, I think she dropped. Yeah, Gary.
I thought the flow was excellent.
Oh, sure.
And the creativity in the words that she used, she did an excellent job with that too. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it.
It was just splendid, just splendid. Just the imagery and the movement is just fantastic. And your phrasing, Sweet Pea, phenomenal. Love that closing line. Gary, what'd you think of that?
Yes, sir. Today somebody wrote me, said to write a good poem, you got to have wit and depth. And I had neither. And it's what I think of that, what she's got, that wit, that depth. You know, that stuff is way over my head, and it's just amazing to me when I hear it. But me personally, sitting down here in Texas, I felt like I was doing a mermaid, and it was awesome what she was telling me. And I love everything she does. I love her voice, you know, like whatever she's saying, I'm listening. And even if I don't understand it, but that's just where it took me. I felt like I was on an island, and this mermaid came out and the sucking and the whatever, you know, the love making. It's just where it took me, you know, in my weird brain. But I loved it. It had depth and wit. It was an amazing poem, an amazing read.
Thank you.
Gary, you're a dear soul. You are, brother. And I appreciate the comment. And you know what? You're absolutely right. Its movement made us feel like that. And Sweet Pea, one of the Silent Quills, brought the mermaid to the lounge tonight also again and introduced us. Glad we could get you out of Texas. You doing okay? Tell Steubing as he walks by, he'll hook you up, brother. It's all good. And Boo, what did you think of that?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, who doesn't? I love her voice. She brings me right into it every time. She's always supportive, which I appreciate. And she's got to end it just the way like Sweet Pea would end it. I like a punch in the stomach. After all, even dragons like fresh meat. The whole thing is good. Waterlogged stairs came crashing, red eyes. It's just you can see it, feel it. Full titanium moon, very descriptive. The word choices are great. And it ends just the way I imagine you end it. And I love that song too, Man Eater. Big tribute to them. Awesome job.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. I agree. Stunning piece. Rack, what do you think, brother?
Yeah, the dragon is the ultimate man-eater, to be sure. And, I love the style that Sweet Pea writes. She has a way of creating this beautiful scene before she twists it and shocks the hell out of you. She'll be describing like the color yellow and you'll be nodding your head and being like, I could picture it. And then she'll tell you that it's vomit and you'll be like, oh, wait a minute. She just doing that and turning the situation around. She's got the beautiful ocean and the sun, the moon rather, and the colors and everything, and then out pops the dragon, and you're like, wait a minute, and then she's still beautiful with the dragon, until the dragon decides I want fresh meat, and you turn into a willing sacrifice. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah, there is always that flavor to the ultimate seduction, is becoming fish bait. Yeah, when you boil it down. But
well, there's a way to go. There you go, Randall.
And the seduction that she did it with, and the rhythm and the movement was quite something. Very cool. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Double for speech. Steubing. Table 4. Are you at table 4? Just tell me what. Tell Steubing what table you're at. Just wave out. He'll see the flippers and your quill. It's all good.
Steubing.
All right, tell him what you want, sweetie. Right on.
Oh.
And beautiful
I'm
piece.
good.
Thank you for that. The intellectual prowess of that and the imagery and the emotion was fantastic. You sucked us all in and devoured us at the end. When you closed that piece, it clamped down on all of us. Very cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
And Boo, I know you got the stern here. What do we got coming? Do I need to play some of this shit on the board here? What's up?
Go ahead, Sweet Pea.
I got to make sure I got a 10 from Verge.
Okay, because I was hoping I'd get a chance to comment.
Yes.
Verge, comment, bro.
I would firstly say, quite clearly, the Sweet Pea vocal is that of a man eater, without any shadow of a doubt. That when you listen to Sweet Pea recite the words, there is that man-eating power of the seductive vocal that I find quite intoxicating. The verse or stanzas I really like the most, yellow and green scales cluster between scales, between a foaming sea, mixture rising from the bottom of a periwinkle pristine sea in violent thrashing motion. I mean, just the vivid nature of the imagery, the clever usage of words, just really a very, very clever write. And I will happily let Sweet Pea's dragon treat me like the meat that she deserves. Beautiful. And a great tribute to a great song. I also love Man Eater. It's one of those classic rock and roll tunes. I'm a big fan. So yeah, nice homage and nice tribute to the track.
Thank you. I'm very humbled.
Very welcome.
Yes, well said, Bird. Well said. Thank you. Well said. That brought a flavor of the water here. Very nice. Very nice.
I think we'll do soul. You got a SoundCloud soul or no? Or is she leave?
Is anybody in a hurry, or you got time to relax? We all good?
I'd like to do a poem.
Right.
Yeah, you can do a poem. Which one? You have something musical? Chi, bring it over here. I'm gonna send it.
Yeah, I want to talk about love.
Yeah, let's go to the love zone. Let's go.
You got a piece, Chi?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about love.
Roll up for the mystery tour. Yeah.
You know the ladies love that. You know the ladies love to talk about love. So let's let the ladies do it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you know I usually come with a twist, so you know. Hold on now, baby. Love is. You see, love is more vast than the grass of all sands. And it's standing deeper than the ocean's blue, as small as a grain of sand, stretching farther than the eyes could possibly ever see, with roots older than time will ever be. The only substance that cannot be packaged, marketed, or sold for mere man-made money, silver or gold. It's non-duplicatable. It will always be and always be free. It's a substance one can feel but can never see. Although love cages many men with its countless allures that lead to fornication and mortal sin, and trapping their hearts in a maze of whirlwinds and kicking them through out the back door and through the front door to start all over again. Love is the strongest force in the universe. One man calls it a blessing and another calls it a curse. Yet the belly of this beast uncups the realm of this entire earth. Love can create multiples of multiples and infinite rapid multiples of unfathomable desires. Love can give you the strength to live again or the will to lay down and die. Bringing emotions of joy mixed with heartache, of lows and highs. Love calls us by our name through the whispers of the wind between the trees, breaking strong grown men down to their knees, begging, baby, please, 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 please. The most powerful energy that creates something out of nothing, a vital key to the existence of man, wanted by the wealthy and the elite and considered a true find. A long-standing antimatter that touches the lives of us all. No man is immune. In love, we all fall. Love has no respect for person and cannot be possessed. Yet its power has been documented and boldly confessed, holding hostage the young and the old. Great men have written songs about love, and countless of books have been sold. Love produces matter in all forms. Love can calm one's inner seas or rage them in a violent storm. So you be careful with this substance, from it comes from the ancient of old. It can make a rich man poor, yet it's worth his weight in gold. I achieve poetry. And that's that piece.
Wow.
Wow. That was heavy duty, dear. I would like to have had that. I would like to be able to read that.
So would I. So Cynthia.
So we've got a lot going on there, a lot of depth and a lot of movement. I'm going to let anyone rack. You want to comment on that?
I'm going to get it for you. 1 second.
On that?
There's a definite reverence to the emotion and spiritualness to it that comes out that I could certainly relate to. I really enjoyed it.
What's the title, Chi, of your poem? Chi.
What's the name of your poem?
Love is. It's already on the page. Love.
What was the title of that one, dear?
Love is.
On your page?
Mm-hmm. It's on the board?
No, I was on mute, and I had to take myself off of mute, that's all.
Yeah, but we want to have it on the board so we can see the words.
Yeah, I'd love to have that one on the board.
Can we get the link for that?
Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to pin it on there. I'm still learning.
Okay, if you just tell me the title.
Right click, or I don't know how to do it if you're on a phone.
Love is.
Boo. Yeah.
Let me see. I'll try it. See if I can pull it off.
Okay.
Just copy the link if you can, and then post it on the board.
Love is.
If you put it on the topic board, Chi, what'll end up happening is later on, people that don't leave you a written comment will find it there and they'll comment for you.
It says something about looks like you still need to make one comment only, or something like that. What does that mean?
I don't see it. I see all is fair and love and force. Ferocious. I have love.
When you're a new member, they want you to comment on 2 pieces before they.
But I don't see that on her page at all. I see all fair and love and war, ferocious, forever mine. I remember you. My pen is.
I know how to do it on all poets, but I don't know how to do it on this one.
Yeah, if you've got it on your. Got it on your
you're on a completely different format right now, dear. Oh, that explains it. Okay.
But it's not called Love Is. I don't think that's the title.
Yeah, it is, but I don't think I've posted this one on there yet.
It's not on the post.
That's right. Yeah, you have to post it. Yeah, you need to post it first.
Well,
I'm trying to figure out how to do it on your board.
You have to post it first. Post it on
in the top.
First.
You have to post it on All Poetry first. She doesn't have it on All Poetry.
You have to post it.
You don't have it posted on All Poetry, so we can't retrieve it from anywhere. Other than
okay. I know how to get to All Poets on Facebook because that's where I started at. Is that good?
Do you have a page?
No.
If you got a page on All Poetry, sweetie, post it on that, and we can grab it.
Post it on All Poetry.
Okay, I'm going to put it there because I know how to.
Yeah, Boo's a wizard at that, jazz.
Yeah, Boo can help.
And while that's going on, I think all of us can say as far as we would really like to hear that again and have it in front of us because there was a lot of depth there that was moving over us, and I would like to have been able to digest in visual form in that one.
I agree.
I'm kind of one of those guys that really loves eye candy.
Okay,
yeah,
so
while
she's doing that, Momo, while she's doing that, and then.
Well, I was going to comment because I could still picture much that I heard in it, and I just thought that it's such a powerful piece about love, about the effects of love. That's what I really got from it. It has a real resonance to the whole emotive experience of going through love and what love can do. Particularly because you mentioned men a couple of times in it and what it does to men, and I found it really heartwarming in a lot of ways, but also very descriptive of the whole set of feelings that go with being in love, and that's what I found to be.
I do believe that the gentlemen really have the most strongest experiences in a lot of, and not all the time, but a lot of times I do believe that men struggle in their emotions with the effects of love, and I think I believe it's a little harder than what the women go through.
I don't know.
Women are emotionally.
You might be right in that case, dear, due to the wiring harness that was originally given to the species. So yeah, you're probably right. I think that might be some of that Venus-Mars jazz. And, there's a whole completely different...
So you guys go through a maze in the whirlwind
that
we don't really understand it. And it can be, what's that word I'm looking for? It can be like a haunted house, but it's mental. It takes you through a real struggle mentally.
Well, again...
And y'all go down hard.
It really, you see...
Yeah, I'm going to take the call, and then we're going to get to a Momo's here. And when we get yours, sweetie, we want to digest that and give it the comment and the look that it deserves.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, let me take a call. 270. Who's joining the lounge?
What about it, Randall? This is Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
What's up, Bird?
You know what?
I'm cool, bro.
I knew you could stay away from the siren quills, bro.
I had to come. I had to show up. I've been fighting the crowd all day to get here.
Yeah, I knew some out there. That straggler lifeboat always brings in the strays, brother. I'm glad you could make it. What table you at? Stubing, table 10. Wayne's here, brother. Hook him up. Don't mind the fizz, Wayne.
Shot of whiskey and a cold beer.
All right? There you go. Whatever you want,
did it work out for you in court, Wayne? I'm been dying to know all day.
They postponed it to July the 8th, so they're going to start all over again.
Oh,
so then nothing happened. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So what? I got the rest of my life.
Checking.
All right. So we're going to do whose is this now, Boo? This is
Momo. But I'm not sure if she has a SoundCloud there, but I don't know if you're supposed to push it or what. I don't think she downloaded it, right? The poem's there, but she has a YouTube video there.
What are we doing?
Huh? I'm gonna have to read it because
I think someone's gonna read it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to put it in the studio? You want me to put it in the studio, Bo?
Yeah, if you want. She has a SoundCloud.
You got it, right? You got it. If you got the SoundCloud, yeah, run it.
Where's the is the link on the board?
The
link is on the board, and then.
But there's no SoundCloud link at the bottom.
I'll tell you when it's in the studio.
No SoundCloud at the bottom.
Ignore me for a minute.
Hey, do we have someone else while Rock's loading it so he's not under pressure?
Okay, yeah. You want to do mine?
Yes, I want to do yours. I do. That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
Do yours too. We all want to do yours.
I hope I uploaded my own friggin' thing. Jesus Christ. I was like, Jesus Christ. Let's see if I did. I might have. I don't remember. Oh my God. Okay, never mind. Can you reach that? We'll do someone else. I don't think mine's in here either.
Are you going to put yours in, dear?
Yeah, but I need to move it.
You need to move it? All right. So, Rack, I've got Mumu from you a little more. Is that it?
No.
I didn't put it in there yet.
Have somebody else read. Have some Wayne read or somebody else read.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, do we have let's see. Well, we've got little Gary.
Gary's ready. Have Gary read. Gary, he doesn't need any music or anything, and then I'll do hers.
Larry,
I got one.
And Wayne's got, one, Wayne?
Yeah,
we're looking for somebody who doesn't have a SoundCloud. We're looking for somebody who doesn't have a SoundCloud.
I don't have a SoundCloud. I might just that's a little short one.
Okay, you go first, and then.
Wait, Boo. Which one is Roy KBMW? Is that Momo?
Yeah, that's Momo.
Okay, now I have one, Rap, just so you know. I'm looking at the piece that's you a little more. I do have a SoundCloud of that. Is that the one?
That's the right one. That's what that link was for.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to hit it.
So you've got the audio for that, then. You've got it.
All right, so we're going to do from a little bit more, and here is the, here we go.
From you a little more. The red gown lays on the floor of drums. His golden wings have the perfect dance. The eyes are frozen, sing your flows. The sky wants love, from you a little more. The sky wants love, from you a little more. Already I'm lost in your body. The colorful dance was around the magic. You hypnotized with your warming blood. Shall sleep now sound, the cage of love. Me amor, you ever of nature. Birds are singing, sing your picture. The emerald shine with stars of night, and blasted you bright as the rest of us. Hear my love, I'm lost in your sun. Shower out dream, and melt like gum. Sky isn't over to the love of yours. Shall sleep now sound by warm heart. The red gown lays on the floor of drums. His golden wings have the perfect dance. The eyes are frozen, sing your flows. The sky wants love from you a little more. The sky wants love from you a little more. The magistrate lady was the golden rod, among sunflowers the glows so neon. Sky was the stars, among curly oceans and sleepless nights, just us and kisses. This red crown lays on the floor of drums. This golden wings have the perfect dance. The eyes are frozen, sing your flows. And sky wants love from you a little more. And sky wants love from you a little more. And sky wants love from you a little more.
Wow.
Wonderful.
You know what, guys? That was just eloquently charming in its imagery and its movement. There was a genuine quality to that was, I don't know, what do I want to say, of a pure vibration there. There was an innocence in that piece there that was just created a lot of wonderment. I thought that was quite something. Rack, what'd you think of that?
I thought her voice was gorgeous. I love the mention of tremolo. That's like one of my favorite musical phrases. The poem was great. I really enjoyed it very much. She's got a very pleasant voice.
Anybody who sings on the radio should I give credit to, because I would never ever in a million years.
You know.
That was really good.
It's great.
Yeah, did you like that, Boo? I like the movement of it.
Yeah, that was pretty ballsy, really. I mean,
it had delicious imagery. Verge, what'd you think of that?
I agree with you. There's a certain innocence to it as well as the imagery. The imagery is very strong, but there was a real innocence. How she sang it, how she put it across. I just thought it was a very interesting rendition. It was a very different rendition, but like Boo says, I think, like she says, I think in her comment, you know, don't judge it too much because she's not a professional singer. But as you said, Boo, it you have to give respect regardless, because it's like, but you did do it, you sang it, and there was an emotion, and as I say, a real innocence to it. It was a very interesting rendition. I found it quite quite moving in its own kind of unique way.
I have a few of those on SoundCloud, but I don't really think I can sing, but I can write a song.
Yeah, it had I tell you what, it had one of those fields here that I caught off the deck of the lounge here. When the wind whispers through, you want it to have a song as it tells a story, as it moves past you. And it had that quality to me. A childlike innocence, but with an intelligence and emotion there that was very enduring to the soul. I enjoyed it much. What did you think, Gary?
Wayne?
Hey, I absolutely loved it, man. Anybody that can sing in front of anybody, I'm scared to sing in front of my shower, you know. So I much respect for that. But it had like a beat to it. It's like da na na da na na, and it was kind of that in my head, and I enjoyed it. It was good voice and a good poem, and definitely brave singing. I could have been like Mariah Carey or something if I heard it right. So I thought it was great. Absolutely.
That's a gracious comment, Gary. Well done, little brother. Wayne, what do you think? Yes.
Well, I listened to the soundtrack that she has on her poem there, and she sounds as good as the professional soundtrack does. She sounds almost exactly like the girl that sings the song. If you turn it on, you'll think it's her again. She's really good at this. She did a good job, and she sounds just like the professional did. The Spanish, I think what was his name was Spanish dancer, or what was Spanish Passion. It was Spanish Passion is the name of the song. It's great. And she did it just like the singer did, the professional singer did. If you listen to both of them together, they sound just alike. Great job.
Yeah, well said. Well said, brother. Well said. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Had a nice feel to it. And, Boo, what do we got, dear? Did you get your piece loaded? Is there something I need to do? Like if I touch a freaking button and shit?
To the whole thing. You can have to listen to the whole thing because it's like 4 minutes and 40 seconds long. But you just get the point like halfway through, probably. So.
No, we'll play it. I don't care. Heck, you're playing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I did post Love Is on All Points. I forgot to tell somebody.
Okay, is it on your page? Is it on your page?
On the Facebook.
Of the show.
Yeah.
That's her doing that. That's quite amazing. All right, Boo, do I need to hit something? You know, where is it?
It's on All Poets on Facebook.
You post it on your profile on All Poetry. Have you posted it on All Poetry?
Yeah.
Okay, so Boo, can you find it on All Poetry? Or is that Boo's song playing in the background now?
It's my song.
You've got something playing. It's a little low.
It's low, yeah. I don't know how to turn it up. Here, do you, Randall?
In the studio you can.
I'm trying to see where it's playing from, dear.
Yeah, that's the problem. Where are you playing that from? Oh, there we go.
You know what it is, Randall?
Yeah, that's outrageous, dude.
It just repeats, so it's the same thing. It's beautiful, though. It would have been allowed.
Guys, you know what? Just incredible inspiration and a talent you are, dear. Just marvelous. And now you're going to bless us with your piece?
Yeah.
All right.
Sing it, Boo.
Oh, Lord. I don't want to kill you. Okay, this is for a Tom Petty song, Free Falling, so those are the props. It's called Looming Legacy. Your legacy is immortal. You'll live forever in our hearts. And once the grave calls out your name, we will know that you played your part. Though it hurt, you suffered alone. Doubt tried to break you down. You almost quit, but you cried out and went another round. So when we lost hope and went without a prayer, your music inspired us and took our place out there. Melody is so important in our life. Tap fingers to keep up with the noise. No inhibitions while we bang our head. Good girls dig those rockin' bad boys. Eventually the lights go down. That's when it's our turn. Just live on through the music, and eternally your fire will burn. And poem.
That's something, though. Eventually the lights go down. That's when it's our turn. Just live on through the music, and eternally fire will burn. So, Rack, what'd you think of that, brother? What'd you think of the whole show there?
That was amazing, Boo. I got a bit of a quiet vibe in the middle of that point. I think you said, "Come on, feel the noise" or something like that. But I love the message behind this too. It's musical and it fits a little bit with the song that you played. Even I wouldn't have minded hearing that in the background. This was cool.
Yeah.
I really I liked it, Boo, very much.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah,
we could have been
louder,
louder, but
quite a talent. Verge, let me have it, brother.
Well, I have to say that, as per usual, there is a very clear indication of the meaning of this particular Boo poem, with the caption and the picture. If you have no intention of catching me, then don't ever make me fall. I think that kind of says it all. It kind of defines where Boo's at with this particular piece, that it's the whole thing of, look, if you're going to love me, you know, if you really are going to be there for me, be there for me. And I certainly appreciated the words in that way. And as I always do with Boo stuff, when she gets kind of heavy and serious with it, there's a lot of things for people to contemplate in terms of what she's trying to say. So I really, I thought it was really cool.
Thank you, Verge.
You're welcome.
Yeah, amen to that. And Chi, what'd you think?
I can certainly relate to loyalty, and she makes a great point in her poem about the way the world is today and how valuable that is, and seems to be hard to get at this. It used to be this way, yeah. So I can relate to that point, yeah.
Thank you, Chi.
Yeah. And little Gary, lay it on me, brother. What'd you think?
Man, I thought it was great. I thought it was cleverly written. She is just the best at what she does, and it writes in that clever, depth, witty way. And it's once again, showing you exactly what she's doing. And I loved it. Absolutely marvelous, is to say it in fancy talk.
Right? Should be, sometimes we question what the heck we're supposed to be doing. And when you can bring that much joy to the heart and spirit of another, even through digital airwaves, That is a blessing, a talent, and a gift that needs to be extolled. And thank you for delivering that to us, dear. That's what it's all about. For putting this all together as you become the glory of the divine. Well done, sweetie. And Wayne, what do you think, brother?
Man, you know, they said for me so good I could almost hear that song in my head. Breathe.
You're hilarious.
Nice one, Wayne.
You're magical. You're magical, Boo. I love your poetry. I wish you'd come over and play for me, and we sit in the moonlight and you play and recite to me all night long. It'd be great.
You know, I'll tell you something, man. I gave her a song that wasn't, I didn't think that was easy to play, by an old keyboardist, Nicky Hopkins. For anybody familiar, he played with a band called Quicksilver. He did a song called Edward the Mad Shirt Grinder. All keyboards. The song is all keyboards. And basically on organ and piano, and there's interludes on both there. And I gave her that piece, and she come back in about 45 minutes and played it over the phone. And I was just blown away. So
she's an amazing woman.
Quite talented. Yeah. Well said.
Boo, you ever thought about crossing over to some lyrics from poetry? A lot of poets have done that, you know. So
yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah. I was rocking it, though.
Thank you.
What do you at the captain's table. Steubing, go to the captain's table. Boo, whatever you want.
I'm with Captain Steubing.
You got the captain's table. You know, you see it. Yes. One of the siren quills. Head siren. There you go. Good job, Steubing.
I just hired also you're one of those. I think you're the only person who's ever. Oh no, second person who's ever actually seen me play. So that's good. So.
Who's like a body of water? Who's like a body of water? You can't tell how deep she is or what's lying below the surface.
Oh, that's cute.
That's why you never judge the depth by the wave. You judge it by the motion. Exactly right. Well done. Boo, thank you, sweetie. And what do we got now?
Ezekiel, but I thought he was at school.
Well, I was going to say, if you're ready to
this is Adele.
He has to go soon, or Cindy said he needs to go, but I thought he was going to call. Is he going to call? I guess not.
What I will say is that any time you're ready now, Boo, you can go with me if you want. I was just going to say that I will take you all in a very different direction, but I do have something that's very rock and roll.
Let's hear some rock and roll.
Wayne and little Gary too. Cynthia said he needs a reader. I thought he was going to call. Okay. Wayne, can you read it for Ezekiel?
I don't want to read his stuff. I'd rather not learn his stuff because I'm not a very good reader.
Okay. Okay, Gary or Randall?
I'll read it. Want me to read it? What is it?
It's on the board.
Lose.
Okay.
Gain and loss.
Adele?
No, not. Yeah, gain and loss, right?
Yeah.
Ezekiel, that one? Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll read it. All right, I'll read it.
He's a rapper.
It's a rapper?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
What? Is it a rapper?
No, go ahead. No.
This is a rapper.
Oh, we should have saved the sexual one for you.
Birds.
Save the rap.
Okay, I'll be the background music for the rap.
Do Ezekiel.
Birds can rap this.
Do Ezekiel.
I'm going to put the order on the board, okay?
Do Ezekiel's, and then we'll drop mine after, and then you'll get some rap after.
I'm going to do Wayne and Little Gary.
Yeah, okay. So you read it, Randall. You read it.
Go ahead, Randall.
All right.
You can do it, Randall.
All right, here we go. Gain and loss. Here on this dope Here on this dope Mrslilboo, I hold nothing back, so feel my heat as I break it down. Needn't be discreet to gather in his name. We are complete. Take this message out upon the street. Don't blow tweeters bumping this beat. You should know it's time to take a seat as I give introduction my spirit you meet. As Ezekiel is the vocalist, Mixa sound pounds. Call me a doctor, I make lyrical rounds. Precise mixture of flow that surrounds. Faith made legacy compounds, profound. Message benevolence to saints or hounds. Break from tradition that confounds. Motion to court to reconvene on grounds. I can't alone be king. It's unity that crowns. Also motion all forgotten the charge. No person of interest to be seen at large. Message to civilians and generals to sarge. All at loss, losing weight of barge, but be without fear of total corona discharge. Faith in self, others, then enlarge. From a lyrical habit on traditional faith, work to show my hands God's blade, until all of these waters once given to bathe, have your flesh wounds, then I'll swathe. Imagine world, void demon, and angel wraith, treaty of God and devil, evermore I say it. None asunder, or deaf prophetic thunder, this I pledge equal, and of one God under, love united, not doubting or wonder, that no fool leads to great a blunder. In my words, find your own understanding. My lyrical diction, Mike, I'm commanding. Simplicity I ask is far from demanding. What I'm handing is the expanding, soul's branding. Be all fans upstanding, till no other is of stranding, till every angel finds heavenly landing. Speak this truth with no misunderstanding. Forge the way into each and every and all. Speak to heaven with loudly a call. Consider these psalms, writings on the wall. Here beside me, trusted, loyal St. Paul. When you give the tour, we'll drop your jaw. Tell your faith that stands tight and tall. Knowledge and power, responsibility to haul. Planned our words with no scribbling scrawl. We are true, light like trees with way. Years of refinement give words we say. We are serious, even at times we play. Come meet us, we'll all form your clay. Cast you before devil to see powers display. When you exit furnace, our message relay. Heavenly powers, demons, keep at bay. Unity of heaven and hell as you lay. May then even flesh be slow to decay. Till moment you shout light, truth, and way. End of poem.
Yay! That is pretty much red.
You go.
That's what I'm talking.
You don't breathe. You glow.
He did that.
Yeah.
Breathe. You glow, Randall.
Yeah.
That was good.
There's the proof. There's the proof that Randall is the ultimate music man. Even outside of his comfort zone, he's there dropping the bombs like Abigail. Stop, Randall.
Boom, boom, and that's what old Pat Travers used to say, and boom, boom, out go the lights. So what the fuck? That was happening. So good, right on you there. It's starting to stop.
Great job, great job.
Yeah.
All right, Boo, tell me about that piece, dear. Tell me about
you
that.
ate the spinach. You would.
I said that was good. That was a great read and an awesome poem, and pour it up. Just the meaning, the flow is amazing. But the meaning when you get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear on this dope Mrslilboo. I had nothing back to my even the rhyme is so incredible. Don't blow tweeters bumping this beat. I could hear this in the song totally. I mean, I'm sure you already has one to this, but really, really good. And talking about God and how much He loves the Lord and the Spirit, and that we should believe, and what He always does, and that He has strong faith.
There's a lot going on there.
Not ashamed to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, there's a lot going on
there too.
There's a lot of layers, and it builds to a crescendo here.
The
The integrity of what this piece is. This is a heavy piece, a volatile piece. Carries a lot of weight, a lot of rhythm, and a lot of dance.
Yeah, this deserves a stage.
But he packs it with a lot of thunder. Yeah, he packs it with a lot of imagery and thunder in here. Yeah, this piece was a pleasure.
Where the truth light like trees, we sway, years of refinement, give words we say. Yeah, this is really good. Here's a song underneath. I'm going to nominate this one. Very good.
Yeah, Rack, what'd you think of that, brother?
That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be like a rap like Wayne had mentioned. But when you started reading it, it was obvious that was kind of how it was intended to be read. There was a line in the, I don't know, probably 2/3 of the way through where he had mentioned Corona that sent an interesting thought flying through my brain. But I mean, the whole thing, like you said, was very layered. That there's a lot of meaning hidden within some of these words. I think the metaphors. That he's definitely conveying a deeper message that isn't really that easy on the surface for me. Anyway, but I like the flow. It went very well.
Yeah, well said, Rack. I agree with you, brother. What he's got going on here, or one of the things that I see from my liquid perspective, is because I sit out here in the water and I watch movements and the way the water moves, and it's different layers, and tide rolls in and tide rolls out and all that jazz there. That's the way this piece reminds me of. As the wind carries the currents and the wind, it moves there. And if you pay attention, you can see a lot of stuff that's going on in lots of different areas. And that's what this piece reminds me of, its movement there. I thought it was quite something. Verge, what did you think, brother?
Yeah, as becomes a talented dude, man. Don't get it mistaken. He's very lyrical, and it bodes of a righteous war throughout. There are many references to the devil and demons and gods and the fight against and the overpowering of that. So, which is very much him as well. So, as I say, I'm surprised he didn't have music for it actually, because Cynthia's saying it has an underbeat. Right, so I would have liked to have heard it to a beat. I would have liked to have heard, because he's creative on the musical side too, So it would have been cool to have heard what music he had to go with those words, because it definitely has that war element in it, but it's good against evil all the way down.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes,
there's
a
lot of that.
This is you're absolutely right, brother. The content of this is what I watch move in the water. And it's an interesting thing here. In reading this, it was kind of interesting to it, because I could see and feel the movement of this, or what's going on here, because it's what I see in the water here. But it is getting better, but he does lay it out in the layers. Chi, what do you think, dear?
Taking it back, Randall.
Yes.
Well, I was just reminding me, Tupac started. Did you know Tupac started out a poet? He was in the poetry class.
Yeah,
that's when he started out.
Yeah, he was.
And so I could see it. Yeah, so it's really right up our alley. Up here in D.C., it's a lot of spitters. We call it spitting, And so that was. I have done it like in the '90s and stuff. I haven't done it lately, But I'm getting busy on a mission in the crazy world. I have no time for parties or ease of my home.
Me too.
It don't wait on
Me too. I like to do it too.
So it's what we do up here.
Yeah.
We call it spitting. So,
hey, Randall, remember the freestyle? How much you were like, yikes.
Oh, yeah.
The battle rap.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan, but he was like, I can't believe you can just whip that out, boo. Holy shit. But wow, he wasn't a fan. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a marvelous piece there. Gary, how'd that tickle you, brother, over there in Tornado Heaven?
Oh, I thought it was great, man. I think the storm even quit raining during that. It was that good.
Right on.
I don't know how y'all fancy folk do it, but it is the bomb. I'm going to have to go outside and pee in a little bit, and I'll look and see if it's raining. It was awesome.
It
was
absolutely
awesome.
Right there. the war going on.
I like
think
the
that
rhyme.
piece defeated it, man. Yeah.
Man, I love the rhyme in it. I was talking to my buddy saying, I wish I was famous to hear somebody try to write like I do to see if I'm just a dummy or if, and you know, it's hard to do what I do. And that's what I felt when I heard it. It's kind of rhyming like I do. And I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Hey, little brother, you are famous right now. You're being heard in, what is it, so 88 countries or something like that?
Yeah.
So little Gary
Man.
from Rockin' Tornado Heaven, brother, out of a big fat Texas, you are somebody in the real world. And you know what? Because you're breathing, that's a big deal. Right. And so your talent,
Amen. That's the first thing I check when I get up. It's not my hair because I got good hair. It's am I breathing? And then once I check that off, it's on after that all day.
Right. Hey, you know what? That's right, brother. Every good engine's got to start with a breath, right? I mean, when you kick it, man, there you go. So don't worry about that thing.
Absolutely.
That's right. And Wayne, what do you think, brother?
Yes. Well, I said, you know what he wrote? You're out on a boat. You're trying to float. You never missed a note. You old goat. You're a hell of a poet.
There you go. That's what's up.
There you go, man. That was very cool.
Wayne.
All right. So, Boo, what do we got going on here?
You want some of the
It's on the board, Verge, and then Gary and Wayne and Gary.
Okay, I'm going to drop the link to you guys. Here's the link.
Verge, are you ready to go, Verge? Do I have?
Don't worry.
I have your sound.
I've got.
He's going to do it again.
Play it for you, and just to give you a little background before, because as I said, I'm taking the show in a totally different direction as ever. The battle that I'm dealing with is the battle that is actually quite current, sadly, because of what has happened over the last few days, being the crazy Russian mass shooting yesterday, where 9 children were killed and 2 adults killed by a shooter. And apparently, which I read a couple of days ago, which absolutely blew my mind, America had 10 mass shootings over the weekend. 10 different ones. I was absolutely stunned. So this is an old piece, but it's actually very relevant to where we're at today. And yeah, I got a little hard rock and roll for you because you said the show was about rock and roll, so I picked this purposely. So, ladies and gents, here we go. Murder, murder. Kill, kill, kill.
Okay, people. Simple things, yeah? Too much of this murder and killing going on right about now, because as far as I'm concerned, this is like wake up time, folks. It's happening more and more regularly, closer and closer to home. Time for people to wake up and preach something different. So, I'm going to talk about this idea of murder, 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 and kill, kill, kill.
Don't know about you, but I've had my fill. Life may be a film, but did she have to kill Bill? Sometimes we're better off when we swallow bits of pills. But that should apply to, yes, all of us. Especially old Bill. How come they seem to still walk streets when they go on their killing sprees, leaving broken families, then offering excuses? Please. Don't like their chiefs or policies, and now don't trust the Met Police, but murders happen everywhere. I wonder, do you people care, or are you clones of Tony Blair? Sorry folks, do those words scare or make your neck stand up with hair? Well, right now folks, you'd best prepare, cause people now will strip you bare. No boo-boo and no Yogi Bear, just killing crews of angry youth. But watch the news, our elders too are doing things they should not do. I hear the cry, but this is life, or shooting guns and using knives, in my opinion, isn't right. Murder, murder, murder. Kill, kill, kill. 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 We're in dark times with fading lights. So what's the point of stupid fights over what? A muddy prize, or yes, you know, a pair of thighs, or even worse, a chemical high. Well, as the saying goes, what goes up must come down, like bodies when they hear gun sounds, highs and lows, while blood now flows, which goes to show that people now don't want to know about these things. Needless killings, until they get to feel the sting, while idiots bling and pop stars, yes, attempt to sing. How many die and lose their lives? Then charity comes with solutions. It's a little late when someone's gone. It's sickening, all this killing. So let's go further into murder. What about war? Who's keeping score of those murdered on foreign shores? What is it they murder for? Death toll soar while blood now pours. It's time to stop these pointless wars. Murder, murder, murder. Kill, kill, kill. 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 Wars aren't used to keep the peace. They need to check their history. They're used to reduce unity, divide and conquer. Don't you see? War has set some people free. But life is not a war movie. Things like these make some believe that guns are things that people need. They tend to be the ones who go on killing sprees because of things they see on screens. Trust me, folks, that's not a joke. Some people let these images soak deep inside their minds, and then they find themselves resigned to leaving a trail of death behind. The youth now die in petty fights, and many now will cross the line and take a life. You know I'm right, don't try to fight and ignore things within your sight. I hope you rest easy at night and never face someone who killed to fill their place. Like me, I hope you've had your fill and trust in love, not pounds or US dollar bills, and never, ever murder, 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 or kill, 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 kill. Murder, murder, murder. 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 Kill, kill, kill.
Yeah. Shit, brother. I tell you what, man. This reminds me, this is like an elegant, intelligent beat poet tapping the rhythm of today's vibration and putting it out there in that persona that's bigger than life, and it works, brother. This is incredibly intelligently written with such a satirical edge, cutting. It's like bullets with butterfly wings. And that tickles the shit out of me. Well done, brother. That was fantastic.
Thank you, Randall.
And I'm just down the list on that shit because everybody's got to tough into that action. Boo, what'd you think of that?
I'm so sorry. I had to go to the door like the police were here.
There's always that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm not letting them in because, fuck that. So.
Okay.
Anyway, I will read it first. Sorry.
they're not allowed in this type of facility anyway. They have no rights, so I'm not letting them in. Fuck that. They can wait outside.
Wow.
We get a warrant, motherfucker. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Looks like my piece might have brought them to your door. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, I love shutting the door in their face. I love it. I'm real positive. Sorry, I'm setting up.
No, that's cool.
That's all right. As long as you're all right.
It's your channel.
Well, no, it's like, they're trying to like worm their way in and shit, and this is like a private facility with HIPAA laws and a million other things. They can't just come in and start looking around without a warrant.
Right.
Plus, I like to fuck with them anyways, and just nope. Sorry, and you are. My name is. Let me spell it for you. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I shall read it, Verge, right now.
No, don't worry about it. It's all good. There are other people that can comment, I'm sure. You just deal with what
Police
you
and poetry.
Well, as I say, murder and killing, right? They're always around about that kind of subject matter. So, yeah. Don't worry, man. You things, Boo. Go ahead, Randall. Run through the rest of the people, man.
Wayne, you there? Verge, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, Wayne, I went down the list. I didn't know if there was something or if there was silence that the call had dropped. I wasn't really sure.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
it was excellent. It was a great rap song. It was a great song. It was a great song there, Verge. I don't know what I'll be thinking about that tonight when I'll be in bed tonight going murder, kill.
Wayne's going to get the subliminals. Murder, kill.
Oh, it was great. It was great poem. Great message.
Yeah.
I lived all the way through. You're a superstar, man. That's professional. It was great all the way through.
Thank you very much, bro. As I say,
yeah.
What a good back-to-back thing, man.
What's that, Boo?
What was that, Boo?
Both of you guys back to back was like perfect. I thought.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted it to come after Azakel, because I knew that it would be not necessarily as lyrical in terms of the flow because of the way Randall read it, but certainly in terms of the fact that it's rhyme and I'm flowing and there's a beat there and there's some heavy sounds behind it as well. So. But more importantly, like I said at the beginning, because
I'll tell you what,
it just has some nice riffs in it,
That is quite a persona, quite a talent, and quite a delivery method.
That's right. Professional all the way through.
And that's what it takes to get people's attention in the process of waking them up. Some you can subtly tap dance around the spirit. And they get it because they're thinking, because they want to be hooked in, because what they see around them is pretty fucked up. And then there's others you literally have to bitch slap. And excuse my French for the language as far as on it this evening, but it's to stress the point that, hey, this is where we're at, people. This is where we're at. Wake the fuck up.
Wake up. Wake up.
You take this back. This cannot be tolerated amongst brothers and sisters. And I don't care what culture, what color you are. Okay.
Exactly.
That's what it is, and
bullets don't know what color you are.
Is marvelous, brother. Yeah, Rack. Did you you want to comment on his piece?
Oh, I'm really appreciating the way he writes. He picks a subject and he just eviscerates it in a way that, like you said, is very intelligent. I got old school song. It reminded me of, but in a much classier way. Let the bodies hit the floor. Drowning Pool, I think. Who was it that was saying it was a subliminal thing too? I could see someone being tied to a chair, hearing murder, kill. That might actually be in a movie. Actually, I don't know if it was those exact words, but I remember someone. They were trying to do that to make them into a killer. And anyway, but yeah, I love the way that you make the observations that you make, and you look at a subject like this, and you have a way of just satirizing it, but in a very poignant way that you can relate to. And of course, you've got an incredible voice for it too. So I really appreciate that as well. This is awesome.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Bird.
Yeah.
Hey, Bird, want to say something, brother? I want you. At the tail end, before we close, I'm going to close with a Neil Peart tribute, and I'll explain why when it's time to close. But I don't know if you're familiar with the band Rush, but he was the drummer and the lyricist for them.
I know
there's a
Rush.
song that I want you to hear. Yeah, there's a song that I want you to hear called "Roll the Bones," and there's a section in "Roll the Bones" Bird, that is you. You know what I'm talking about, Rack? You know what I'm talking about, Wayne? You know what I'm talking about? That smooth verge flavor, and he goes, "Get out your rock and roll the bones" right afterwards. And it's just a cool interlude. Rush is an incredibly intelligent band. Anyway, it reminds me of that. So, Verge, if you haven't heard that, check that out, because when I hear you, that's what I'm hearing, man. And that guy's silk.
Well, again, I can't thank you enough for the compliments. Like I said, it's also compliments to the guys who made the music in this case, because they've helped to enhance the vocal and make it sound so much more, I guess, powerful within the context of what the sounds are creating around it. And don't forget, ladies and gents, I wrote this in 2005. This is not a new poem. This is something I wrote long before we started to see the spate of killings and the kind of mass murders that we're seeing all over the world now. So it just goes to show, in terms of my vision of things like Rack is saying, it's just that it's so clear to me. It's so clear, so it becomes easy for me to relate in terms of something I might write that covers that particular subject.
Yeah. I hear you. I just really dug the delivery, man. And like I say, when you hear that song "Roll the Bones" by Rush, you're gonna dig right where I'm coming from. Okay.
Cool.
Because your brother's voice recorded that one. I'm telling you. All right.
Okay.
Very cool. So, Boo, rock me, dear. What's going on here? Says
we gotta get little Gary involved.
Yeah, we got
Gary.
Little Gary, do you have something? Yeah.
Yeah, little Gary got something. I'll put it up.
All right. Little Gary, you ready?
All right.
Yes, sir.
He's born ready.
Get out the rock and roll the bone. All right.
I'm breathing, so it's on.
Cynthia says, "Go roll your own."
Yeah. Don't. Hey, I hope if I coughed earlier, excuse me. I had to clear my head. All right. So we got that coming.
Hey, no worries there. I don't let the law in either.
All right. All right.
Okay.
This is all you, brother.
All right, man. This is called "Life's a Bitch" by Little Gary. Y'all, my life's a bitch, and she's always bitching, making it hard on me, the world's first lover, comedian, poet, electrician. Just waiting to find out why my left hand is constantly itching, hoping it's money that's coming my way, or at least that's what I am wishing. But hell, money's just printed. And even though I was born perfect, life has got me so dented and put me through so much shit I can't even mention, making me crawl like a baby that's going so slow that it's inching. Hello, y'all. I'm Little Gary, and I'm broke as hell. Silly me for trying to write for a living when I really can't even spell. But I bet I wouldn't be as lost if the people that came before me had left me a trail, because it's turned me into an animal that's always chasing its tail. So round and round every day I go. Even when I go fast, hell, it makes me look slow. I haven't learned much, but there's one thing I know, that nobody cares about you when you're at the bottom that's low. It's like I'm sitting in the dark while I'm fishing without ever getting a bite. So all I'm doing is wishing, wondering why I'm always subtracting without any addition, and why in the hell my life is a bitch that's constantly bitching. End point.
Well, I got to tell you, brother, you have a storytelling way about you that has made you all your own. And I got to tell you, man, your phrasing and your poetry is becoming a little more cutting and satirical, and I appreciate that. And you always deliver, brother. I love this. Boo, what'd you think?
Gary, I was always like, okay, here we go, Verge, your word, but keeping it real, like, and underneath, like, who he is, and there's always like that little bit of sadness and pain, but you can relate as well, and it's entertaining, and I think this is really good. It's just, you just remind me like somebody who's like down home, like somebody who's comfortable to be around, somebody you would want to hang out with, somebody who's honest. And I love, hey y'all, I'm little Gary, I'm broke as hell, silly me trying to write a living when I really can't spell. You're just hilarious, fun, witty, and I like the pick.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
your comments
cool.
are always so witty also.
Wayne, what'd you think, bro?
Man, I think little Gary's poetry's hot, and he should be in the kitchen. And I ain't just saying, I ain't just bitching. You're right. You got a really good voice. You got a good voice, and you got good poetry, and I like it a lot.
Man,
good job,
I love you, Wayne.
Good comedy.
I want to be right behind you and hitching.
Yeah.
Not behind me anyway.
Yeah.
Good job, Gary. Another poem.
Yeah, not like that. Not like that.
And Rack, what'd you think, brother?
I enjoyed it very much. There was a wit to it that I really appreciated. Gary's got a way of bringing it, you know. Deprecating humor is always great. You could take the jokes that, you know, other people might be offended by, and when you point them at yourself, you know, it's, you know, people laugh with you instead of at you, per se. So he does that in a deft way and really makes the poem memorable.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot.
Agree. Yeah. He's always keeping it real. I dig that. And
hey, you know what? There's some talented fellows in this group. Let me just say, some talented, classy gentlemen in here for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too.
I like the way he just keeps it all real and keeps it down here on Earth, so we remember who we are and what this is about here and what stuff we go through here. I thought that was pretty cool. Verge, you want to give a final comment on this?
Absolutely. Sorry. Gary, you have a very cool pen, bro. Your pen has some real nice rhyme flow. You rhyme really well, you know. And I mirror what Rack said. Your humor with regard to these painful things that you obviously feel and see and go through is just such a cool thing that you've managed to do, to take the rough with the smooth, as it were, and still play a small ball. And I personally have to repeat what the line Bruce said. I love this, man. Let me just find it. Oh my God, I've lost it. I had it a minute ago. Yeah, hello you all. I'm little Gary and I'm broke as hell. Silly me for trying to write for a living when I really can't. Well, you can and you can write and keep it because you're not the only one in that boat, brother. I'm broke as hell too, and I'm here trying to write for a living, and it's like, hey, I can spell. Why can't I get paid? You know, so I'm feeling you on that as well, man. Great job, great write, very entertaining as ever. Quality write.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Said,
it means
brother.
a lot.
Cool, bro.
Well said, brother. Very cool. And Gary, thank you, brother. You blessed us with that Texas, what they call that rhyme, or it just come to me with that rhyme. I don't know that they call it that. I don't know what it is, but this phrasing come to me to describe Gary's rhyme. It's and I don't mean this in any type of derogatory way. It means it has a stalled feeling. It's like a lazy rhyme that moves in there. but it matches the persona and Gary's delivery and the way he does it. The poetry matches. It's an incredibly unique package. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
Very cool. And
when Gary comes up to the plate, Gary, it's gonna be entertaining. You might not always agree with it, but it's gonna at least be entertaining. And that's
absolutely. I'm one of a kind. My mom and dad were stepbrother and sister, and so after they had me, they said, "Hell no, no more of that."
Wow.
I wish I was lying.
Oh, wow. Now, they weren't the ones that come up with the terminology toothbrush, right? Because everybody else would call it toothbrush. Tell me that's not the case.
No, I call it toothbrush. That's what I say.
All right. Very cool. Wayne, we got you up, brother.
All right. Now, Gary, read my comment. They called me before I got to finish my comment. So read my comment. I think you'll like it. And this one here is called Blue kind of stole my show, but it's called My Main Man. And it goes like this. I admire the man with that one of a kind sound. He'll tell you to your face, I won't back down. I can hear him now on the stage calling, telling the world that he's free falling. To me, Tom was wonderful. He was always ready. I will have his name on top of my list, Mr. Tom Petty. Even the losers knew he was a refugee. I wish you'd go with me, and I wish you would go in the great wide open with me. He don't come around here no more, because sometimes I break down and want to hear more. Tom, you're so bad. Now that you're learning to fly, here comes my girl, so I'm saying goodbye. Ian?
Wow, Wayne.
We're on the same wavelength, Wayne.
Well done, brother. I'm trying to count how many songs you've got in this. You've got just,
I got to think about 9 or 10
in here. Yeah, you do. Very cool to weave these together here. I enjoyed this. You know, oh, excuse me, I had to chew my head.
Got 11 in there. Got 11 songs in there. 11 songs.
Tom Petty was in also one very exclusive band that a lot of people forgotten. He was in a band called the Traveling Wheelbarrows with like Roy Orbison, Bob Dylan, Jeff Lynne.
Great band.
George
it was a great band. George Harris was in there. Yep.
Some heavy hitters in there. You know, a couple of them three of them passed now with Tom here. So I think there's only Dylan and Jeff Lynne left. But yeah. So, you know, Tom was definitely a legend, and you did a marvelous tribute here, brother. Well done.
Thank you.
Boo, what do you think of that?
Me and Wayne are on the same wavelength again. Gotta stop doing that, Wayne.
We are. I know it.
What was the name of the album? Damn the Torpedoes.
I like this because I think you have another poem about him too, or no?
I probably do.
I think I remember reading one, but this is a good brevity. And you get and I like you get your admiration in there. He is straight up. He won't back down. I can't believe how many songs you got in there either. That's a lot. Even the losers. He was a refugee. This is really catchy, clever, and yeah, I think I agree with Randall. You got them all in there. Don't come. Here comes the girl. Yeah, very, very good. I was sad that he died.
Yeah, I'm on you too.
Right.
Me too.
I
was running late. I wrote this after the show started.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, Wayne. This is really good, brother. It's quite brilliant.
I'm almost done. If you want to
capturing this piece with that many songs. Rack, what do you think of that?
Yeah, Wayne's very multifaceted. People got him in a box because his humor is very memorable, but he could write serious and he could write all over the place. And this is a beautiful example of a wonderful tribute poem. And you know, like you said, there's like 11 different titles in there that really hit you. You know, he did a fantastic job with this, and you know, as much as I couldn't stand Tom Petty's voice, he could write the shit out of a song, and I really, really appreciate that, you know.
Yeah, he could. That was one individual, man, that definitely understood the hooks in songwriting, and that's what it's about, man, knowing how to write the hooks.
He's definitely good.
You know, if you listen to a lot of it, analyze its structure, it's all a math thing, and the way the hooks work, and how it and the movement of it, as everything is. But you get to understand the rhythm of it. Why it's that way. What's that, dear?
Remember the guide we wrote, the one we haven't, no one read, about song lyrics, Volume 1, Volume 2?
Oh, from Tom?
No, from the shows. Remember we wrote the book? We had this.
Oh, yes, we did those. Yeah, the art of songwriting. We did those. Yeah, it's in the different things there. It's been a while. But, yeah, so Tom was a master at it. Very cool. What's that?
Agreed. He did write a great song. I didn't like his voice too much either, but he had something like a charisma. Just like he didn't really give a fuck if you liked his voice. So that's probably what I like.
Like Dylan. Dylan was like that as well.
Yeah, he was the epitome of a lot of things. Yeah, what do you think?
Dylan was horrible voice.
I'm not a petty fan. I don't know the songs, but firstly to get 11 songs into a 3-stanza poem that is a homage to a particular artist's way, that in itself deserves applause and respect, because you've done it in a very smooth and fluid way that when you read it, it feels like it's just you writing words about Tom Petty. So I think you don't give yourself enough credit for the stuff that you write. You have a very talented pen as well, bro. Don't ever doubt that. You write some really clever stuff, and all I have to say is that whenever I hear something from you, it just makes me feel like this is a guy who knows how to write, and that clearly comes from being inspired by people like Tom Petty. So more power to you, bro. And as a homage piece, I think it's great. I really do. It's so clever. Really, really well done.
Well, thank you, man. It's a comment. Appreciate it.
Well said.
Cool.
Well said. And Gary, I'll give you your shot. What do you think, little brother?
I think he dropped, Randall.
Okay. You might have dropped. I think he dropped. Very good. So what?
It's on the board, and I'll press the button.
Who's got now?
I'll press the button. It's on the board already.
Who?
Ready, Freddie? Rob?
Oh, okay.
Jimi Hendrix, okay?
Yeah, cool.
Jimi Hendrix, left-handed axe-wielding melody sculptor of spangled roofs, strumming front to back, upside down, a plectrum-painted purple blaze of distortion revelations in a psychedelic headband haze. Voodoo child touching the sky with lighter fluid. Rapid blue finger dancing over electric fretboard tracks. Knee sliding into the station along wah-wah watchtowers. Or strumming a tightrope. Peacock struts rocking into Ladyland whammy bars. Rolling out in bottled up violent drunken vulture humiliation. London launched his lysergic, technic-coloured foxy wizardry back across the Atlantic Sea, eventually popping up in Monterey, arriving in flares, leaving in flames. Next stop for Rock's lost clock insomniac was Woodstock, wings spread in a white-robed shawl, welcoming a delayed homecoming of messianic guitar trick magic, feeding 40,000 beatnik disciples with slick hypnotic licks. Back across the Atlantic for a final bow, rising the Isle of Wight out to the sea, eyes wide locked, sleeping pools dropped, they popped back, volcanic vomiting erupting in a sandcastle, choking Jimmy's destiny.
Need a cigarette, holy shit.
Wow. So,
wow.
Wow. So he wove Jimmy in this an incredibly splendid way here.
Whoa.
Wow, this has lots of movement, lots of different head spaces here. I love his phrasing and and his delivery, the way he delivers his work here. Marvelous job here. Boo, what'd you think of that?
Oh, yeah. I thought that this was. I mean, just the way he read it, I hardly even saw the words. It's like so what he was saying. And then the way he has it, his shape looks pretty cool. And upside down, painted purple glaze, a distortion revelation. It's psychedelic headband haze. And then whammy bars is so cool too. Humiliation. I mean, he just really grabs him in his style and his flair. And Lost Clock, Insomniac was Woodstock. That's a really cool thing. And you just really see him here in his uniqueness. And then the read was sort of, I don't know, it's kind of like sensual. I don't know. Well, in a way, because he was sort of like tease kind of the way he read it, I thought. I mean, Jimmy's choking Jimmy's destiny. It was really, really good. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Rack, what do you think, brother?
He nailed that one. The references to the songs and the man himself were stellar. Beautiful use of the metaphors and the language itself. And, the accent doesn't hurt. You almost get the feeling that they drank together at some point in their lives.
Yeah.
That's just something that you kind of read between the lines, the way he talks about him. He without directly mentioning some of the things that he did, he alludes to it, which is always graceful and appreciated. The whole piece was excellent. It really was exceptionally done, Rob.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Agreed.
Agreed. Verge, what did you think?
You know
of that,
what else I'm going to say before he says it? Verge. It was very to the point. Verge, not abstract this time.
Well, I was this time. Firstly, I've got to say this is definitely one of my faves of the pieces of Rob's I've heard. Like you, I mean, just criticism in this as well, and it's just so well worded and such fantastic use of diction. London launched his lysergic, technicoloured, foxy wizardry. Just like, wow, dude. And then the next one, next stop for rocks, Lost Clock, Insomniac, was Woodstock. And then he goes on, Messianic guitar trick magic, feeding 40,000 beatniks, disciples with slick hypnotic licks. I mean, this is just such a really incredible homage to Hendrix. And I have to say, just to contradict, Hendrix was such a hard rocker, and yet the way Rob delivered this was so much the antithesis of that. It was so smooth and cool and laid back. Not to say Hendrix wasn't that as well, but what I'm talking about is musically, when he was on a stage, the ability that Hendrix had to just enthrall the listeners. This poem does that for me.
The he's got here is wow. He's got some very cool phrasing here, all the way through, like you say.
Absolutely.
Rocking into Ladyland, whammy bars, rolling out, bottled up violent, drunken, vulture, humiliation.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
He's talking Hendrix, man. He's talking Hendrix.
And the list goes
properly.
on. This is how you if you want to digest the banquet in psychedelic, where he captures the psychedelic nature of what Hendrix was.
Absolutely.
This is a piece to do it on. This is a really fat chew here. So, I really appreciate this. Well done.
And also, I've got to add, because remember, Rob was in a band. Rob plays music. I mean, he can play music. I know he doesn't now so much, but there is the evidence of
he plays guitar.
Of the level of inspiration a great musician like Hendrix
you would have
gives.
to understand a bit of the guitar to write this here, and he's captured that.
Yeah, you can feel it. It's like he feels Hendrix. It's kind of like that whole. It's like that classic.
Right.
But it's that classic scene, isn't it? In White Can't Jump, when Wesley's talking to Woody in the car, and it's like they're playing Hendrix, and Wesley looks at Woody and he's like, "You might be able to hear Hendrix, but you don't listen to Hendrix." Or it was the other way around. And Woody looks at him, he's like, "No, I do listen to Hendrix. I get him as much as you." And as far as I'm concerned, this is what Rob has proven, is that, as you said earlier, Randall, when music really touches people, color boundaries do not apply. They don't. Music touches all colors, all genres, all people, when it truly is inspirational like this. And I think this poem does a great job of expressing all of those things.
Yeah, he's able to capture visual sounds here, and when you can see sound, that's just another added dimension. Wayne, hit me, brother. You still with us here, right?
Yes, I'm with you.
What do you think about that piece, bro?
Here's what I wrote to Rob. I said, "God damn, this is good. This is Hendrix like Hendrix should be remembered. This is deep. This is real. Damn, I got chills off my body, Rob. Damn, Rob, this is great, man. You nailed it."
Yeah, quite a marvelous piece. I agree.
Great poem.
I agree.
This poem is killing me. He's reading it, just killed me. I went through it. I said, I grit my teeth, going, "God, this is great." Just a great poem. Rob is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy was all that. Rob did him justice in a lot of ways there. Well done. And Boo, what do we have here, darling?
Hey, Rob again.
I'm like, what do we have? Okay. We have Phil the Poet, or we have Iman. Okay, I think we should do Iman, the scribbler, but then I don't really see him if he has a. Oh, here it is. Okay, he has a YouTube thing there too. I don't know if. Let me see. I think it's in there. It's in the studio. Let me check. Quick. I don't see his poem there.
On the board here? Am I looking at it?
I don't think he has a poem. I think he just has a. Let me see. Okay. Jay said he was in there. Oh, that's weird. Looks like Jay said he was there at the top. I'm not spelling his name wrong, isn't it? EMAD? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Skip him down. I'll find it and we'll come back. So we could do I think he said, he's got like a video there. Unless maybe he wants to do something with the video. Oh, he's got two. No wonder. He's got two there, but I still don't see a poem. So okay, we got that. Oh, we're not doing too bad. We're gonna make all of them. That's the first. So, I think we got Phil the Poet. We'll do the hymn, and then that's just him and Ahmad. That's it.
Okay. All right,
so we
you
could
throw it
always
up there, darling.
Do a speed round if we have time. If he wants to do a speed round if we have time.
Handle it.
We'll see.
It's been a great show so far.
Yeah.
All right.
We could do a speed round.
Okay.
We love that.
So,
can I read for Phil?
What's that?
Oh, that's a guy. Maybe a guy would be better for Phil. Phil needs a reader.
Yes. Let's see. Wayne, you want to read this for Phil?
You can do it, Wayne. It's funny.
No, I'd rather not. But I'd rather not. I hate listening to people's poems and then learn them. If I read it a couple times, I can read it, but I hadn't read it yet, so I'd rather not. I'm not that good.
I'll have a go, Wayne. I'll have a go. How about
all right?
You
want to read it?
Get me up there. I'll have a go because I know that Phil is from my homeland, so I might be able to get an understanding of where he goes. Iguana by Phil the Poet. Peanut butter covered in blood, smeared across a naked torso, wild cries of an overexcited dog overdosed on an elephant tranquilizer, trying to get high on spiders' webs, but they just dissolve into dust, like passing days of nihilistic dreams. While others died, he survived, setting up a mass production for dropouts, planning obituaries for nonsensical dum-dum boys, in a gloomy shack next to an abandoned funhouse, all lie loose upon a sawdust-covered floor. Idiot, searching for a new life. Maybe it's tonight. To get cleaned up, put yourself into a madhouse. China girl comes knocking with the temptation of forbidden fruit and diced-up marshmallows. Fall in love with me, he drools sarcastically, twisting his limbs like an old Berlin painting, riding along on a surge of raw power, stage diving into a sea of forgotten faces. And we're singing, la, 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 la. End poem.
Very cool. So you read it, brother. What did you think?
This is really interesting. I think there's a lot of hidden meaning in here, and a lot of interesting references to music, to people's appreciation or not thereof of music. He goes into an interesting place with the China girl and the whole idea of forbidden fruit and diced up marshmallows. A very interesting line, lots of interesting lines in it. But I would like to hear from him as to exactly what the meaning is behind these words, because I think there's a lot of hidden meaning here.
Yeah, the first stanza is an opening. There's a lot of hidden meaning. Peanut butter covered in blood, smeared across the naked torso, wild cries of an overexcited dog overdosed on elephant tranquilizer. Right then, I know, okay, I'm in for some shit here.
Yeah.
So, because he does set the stage. So, yeah. Yeah. Rack, what do you think, brother?
I love Phil's writing. Double entendres and the use of language is much appreciated, especially in this. I kind of heard it in his accent, too, while it was being read, because I've heard him read before. And it kind of stays with you. I kind of, what's the word I'm fishing for? Align myself, relate to the Irish people. So, or maybe he's Scottish and I really just insulted him. I don't know, but I really like the way he reads, though, and I heard it in his voice in my head. And I love the way he writes. He's always got a very deft wit and clever sense of humor that I really appreciate. And his use of language was stellar in this. I really loved it.
I agree with you, brother. It's so clever. His work is always really clever. I agree.
If you say his name slowly, it takes on a different meaning also. Or fast.
Yes, you do. His pen name?
Yeah.
Phil the Poet?
Yeah, Filthy Poet.
Yeah, you can go. You can go that way.
Poet.
Yeah.
Filthy Poet.
Very cool.
Very clever.
Wayne, what'd you think, brother?
Well, I said, la, 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 trying to get high on a spider's web, but it just dissolved in dust. Idiot searching for a new life, maybe it's tonight. Riding along on a surge of raw power. La, 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 la. This is a great poem. This is a great poem all the way through. You got so many great phrases here. I love it.
Yeah,
great. It's a great poem. I don't want to say that. It's the one poem.
That cool silk and dry humor that is so clever and witty that comes
perfect.
out in his stuff.
Wonderful.
Great.
Yeah,
it is. Absolutely. And Boo, what do we got going on now?
I was going to say about Phil's, I see addiction and temptation and you know, all the bad stuff that people think is the good stuff, really. Mass production of droplets, obituaries of nonsensical dum-dum boys, gloomy shacks, abandoned funhouse, like something psychedelic going on over here, or something really fucked up going on over here. And, you know, and then it's kind of funny, too, sarcastic and funny at the same time.
Yeah, there's definitely background noise in what he's writing there. I agree.
Yeah. It's very surreal.
A very clever, with a little darker tones of a Monty Python, but a lot sharper. Quite cool, actually. And where are we at now, Joe?
I just want to say, don't forget tomorrow at noon is our house, so just FYI for everybody. That's it.
Did we get through them?
We have a mod, but I don't. He has like a YouTube thing, and I don't really see where.
I don't think he's got a link.
I'm gonna figure that out and put it tomorrow on our house because I need to extract it, convert it, and all this other shit. No offense.
I'll close with one of my pieces here. I just put up this one here because we did a rock legend thing, and I don't know how many you know them or knew them, but I was Neil Peart was a mentor of mine, the drummer and lyricist for the band Rush, and we almost had similar upbringings. It's quite interesting, but anyway. So he died last January of a brain tumor, brain cancer. And anybody familiar with him, they know that he was the backbone and the lyricist of the band Rush. And if you know anything about drums, you'll catch it in any of the song or album titles. But I wanted to give him justice with this piece. And this is called Tribute to a Poet with the beat of a legend. In a blaze of syncopated rolls, rim shots, and paradiddles, you waged wars, Tom Sawyer, on Thomas Skins, with a set of double kicks, holding a quiver of whittled sticks, augmented by random splashes and china cymbals. The professor, known by all, who pound tension heads with hi-hat symmetry, working to achieve your fluid strokes. A virtuoso who drove a power trio into the Rock Hall of Fame, matched only by the muse of a poet whose lyrics became an anthem for a generation trapped in subdivisions, longing for more than a test of echoes. You kept closer to the heart, burning in a cold fire. While shunning the limelight and a show of hands, you reached us through power windows and moving pictures until clockwork angels stood as sentinels waiting to escort your spirit of radio into rock and roll heaven. Neil, we'll miss your Rush. End of poem. Rack, what do you think, brother?
Great job.
Rack?
Rack
me.
Remake. Yeah, Verge, what do you think, brother?
Again, as ever, your whole way with words exhibits an incredible level of depth and thought-provoking images and thoughts, actually. From a virtuoso who drove a power trio into Rock's Hall of Fame, matched only by the muse of a poet. These lines are lines that when we talk about music and we talk about our love for music and our appreciation for these great artists, really, to me, express the deepest connection that these artists create with their fans, with people that appreciate what they do. I, for one, I'm a huge believer in that. That's what really separates the truly great musicians and artists from the also-rans. The guys that you know that when you think about what they've done and how they've touched you, you talked about earlier about my wanting to have a Stevie Wonder sort of homage today. All I can say is that this made me think of seeing Stevie Wonder for the first time in London in Earl's Court when I was about 13 years of age, and just watching this blind man jump up from the piano and start dancing and have his handlers panicking, like, dude, for God's sake, we don't want you to fall off the stage. But his connection to what he was doing just emanated throughout the whole auditorium. And what I wanted to say was that this poem, although I don't know Neil Peart, is it Peart or Pearl? Neil Peart. I can appreciate your appreciation for him.
Yeah. Neil is all that. You're gonna miss him. His lyrics to a lot of his songs are just incredibly deep.
Right.
And to front a power trio, that type of magnitude that he did, quite something. But yes, thank you, brother.
Remind me, just before you say more, can you remind me of the song title, please, that you said I must look for? By Neil. You said there was a song.
Roll the Bones is a song you want to hear by Rush.
Right,
and like I said, you'll hear the voice of your brother. Roll the Bones.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, he was so humble
cool.
too, right? Right, Randall? He was so humble. Like, he wasn't an asshole. He was so giving.
No, he wasn't in the limelight. I mentioned about, I think, 15, 16 songs in this, and albums in this piece here. So, yeah, all of these from a subdivision that are put in there: Test of Echoes, Close to the Heart, Cold Fire, Limelight, Show of Hands, Power Windows, Moving Pictures, Clockwork Angels, Spirit Radio. That's all his work. So yeah.
Well,
anyway, thank you guys. And Boo, are we done? We got more to go. What do we got going on, dear?
No, we're done.
Good?
Unless you want to do a speed round.
Hey, Randall, that was great. That was a great point. That was a great point, Randall. It was a great point.
Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah.
You're one of the best guests around.
I'm pretty much familiar with Neil Peart, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm with Rush. I am with Rush. He's there with someone.
You are with Rush.
But, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I can sit around here tonight. I can sit around tonight with Randall and Verge. It's like sitting around with two superstars. And I'm very fortunate to sit down with you two guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks a lot,
Wayne.
And
you don't get in that club, Boo. You're in the woman's club. You're the leader of the goddesses, right, Boo? But Randall and I and guys like Reimer and Wayne, we're the leader of the pack when it comes to the boys, all right? You don't get in that club.
You're two of the greatest. And Boo, you're the best thing I've ever met.
Hey.
Oh.
Wayne, you know
hey,
what?
I got something for you guys. I'm going to embarrass you, Wayne.
Did you have a good time on the lounge, guys? Did you have a good
time? Absolutely.
I got one more thing, Randall, that I got to do.
You got one more piece, Boo?
Well, it's just, yeah, it's for, you'll know. But I can't have a music show without, doing this one, because...
Are you? Is this the closer piece, or you got another piece of poetry?
No, this is poetry. But they're gonna. It's short, it's sweet, and they'll appreciate it. But so if that is if I can find it in the amount of time I'm looking for. It's this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites of Randall's because it's so badass, and you'll know why as soon as you hear it. If I can find it there, I got the SoundCloud. We might just listen to it. I love this one. You know I gotta go there. I gotta go there. This one's badass. Okay, so this is the first time I heard him read this. I was like, "Holy shit!" Because it was just so different for you. I thought so. I just love this song. So here we go. And wait, I got it ready. Here. I don't breathe. I blow.
Is song lyrics written for a friend of mine's rock band years ago, kind of a hard drive and AC/DC field. It's called Thunder King. I've got a quiver filled with lightning. I've got a rumble to my dance. I can shake so hard it's frightening, above any circumstance. When I'm sweet, I send a warning, but my face you'll never see. There are no silver linings. My clouds are black as they can be. I'm the Thunder King. I don't breathe, I blow. I'll leave your world wet and torn, and laugh before I go. I'm the Thunder King. Yeah, I'm the storm you fear. I bring a nightmare with me every day of the year. I see you sitting in the meadow, and you haven't got a clue. I'm just beyond the horizon. You'll be wet before I'm through. I don't care how you're feeling. It's not my job to know. Just remember one thing, baby. I don't breathe, I blow. I'm the Thunder King. I do it just for fun. And I don't give a damn about the warmth of the sun. I've got your tears in my pockets, enough to rain for a day. I can swallow the light. I'm the King of Gray.
Bad.
I love it.
It's bad as bone. Great.
This is
I
fun.
knew you'd pull that out.
That's a good one. It's a good one. Good
Hey,
way
you
to
know
bring
that.
the show down.
What do you think, Big
I
D?
would say, check this out, guys.
Great. I think
about 21 years ago or so, 22 years ago, something like that. After my first wife died, I took myself away, wrote a lot. And anyway, a friend of mine asked me to come to their club to see another friend of mine whose band was playing at the time, and I hadn't been out, so I went. And the first set, I was listening to him. I hadn't seen him in a while. And by the second set, when they took a break, I had written that on bar napkins and arranged it and told the drummer how to come in. And I said, if you use this one song here to work, you can pull this off tonight. And I said, and I want the drummer to deal like with a little bit of cymbal work to open up the oncoming of a rain, and then you guys deal with a crescendo when you hit the chorus here, because he could sing that style. And it was a trip, man. Yeah, somewhere I still have it on bar napkins, or my son does. I don't know. But yeah,
oh, bar napkins. Can you believe it? Some of the greatest songs were written on napkins. Some of the greatest songs were written on napkins, weren't they?
Yeah. So,
Big V, what do you think, Big V?
I honestly, as I said, I really, the first stanza alone gets me. It got me from there. I was like, I've got a quiver filled with lightning. I've got a rumble to my dance. I can shake so hard it's frightening above any circumstance. It actually took me away from the band and more to music, more to the power of music and what music does. It shakes so hard when it's really good that it is frightening, and it does rise above any circumstance. Be you in a terrible mood, a great mood, a melancholic mood, when you play the right piece of music, you are just taken to a totally different realm, a different place. And clearly the band did that for you that night, Randall. I just love that first stanza, and then as you go further down, it's just another, clever usage of words to convey the same kind of feeling all the way through. I really like it. But I have to ask, because obviously time is running, but I'm presuming we've got a little time to have a little chat. Randall, favorite drummer? Who's your favorite drummer of all time?
Oh boy, brother, that's a tough one. There's so many musicians. I would say Kurt was one of them. I would say the drummer for a Dreamscape Theater. Oh gosh, there's just been a lot of them. I mean, if someone was into Bonham, the list goes on. Ginger Baker. When I grew up with Ginger Baker, so I was playing. So I don't know if you're familiar with Cream, to the Wheels of Fire album. It was Toad solo, like at 12 years old, and playing because that was the thing. So yeah, there's been a lot of them through the years, but depending on what you're into. But some of them have just got such unique funk rhythm, and then there's some that are so technical. using sacred geometry in their rhythm patterns. That is mind-boggling.
Unbelievable, yeah, unbelievable. All right, let me throw three quickly at you from the other side of things. Max Roach, Art Blakey, and Tony Williams for me. Tony Williams was just unbelievable.
I grew up listening to Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich besides until the rock started, and then the heavy rock started, and I remember hearing Iron Butterfly in Agata Davida and the drum solo there, and I went, whoa, what is this? And I'm like 9 years old, and it was like, whoa, and I had already broken all the glass on the kitchen tables from playing, and my mom wanted me to do the guitar, and I did the guitar thing for a while, but I would beat the shit out of things, and finally my dad went, geez, let him play the drums, or he's just going to destroy everything. And they put up with it for years, man, and it was a trip, years of a lesson on a practice pad before I ever got to see a drum set. Wow. So all the rudiments were known, so they were like, oh, okay, he's serious. Yeah. And at about 10, I had gotten another snare drum and saved up enough allowance to buy a cymbal. So now I had almost a set, but I could start a band at 10. Okay. Wow. And one of the guys in the neighborhood played this big open box. Oh, my gosh, I forgot what type of guitar it was. And there was another bassist. And so we started a band in this guy's garage. Like I say, I'm about 10, 11 years old. And my mom come and knocked on the door, and she goes, you want to go to Antioch? And I looked at her like, can't you see that I'm beyond busy? No, the last thing I want to do is freaking go to Antioch, right? And she goes, well, do you want a set of drums or not? Wow, man. And that was like life-changing.
Yeah, I can imagine. It must have been incredible. I've always wanted to be able to play an instrument properly. I never did. My instrument has turned out to be my voice. But the drummer, to me, I mean, I've always heard musicians I've worked with tell me that without the drums, the band is lost. The drums set the tone, man. If your drummer's not good, your music's going to sound off. So that's why I wonder who your
one of the things on the bucket list that I always thought would be cool to do, and it's still, who knows, depending on if we get the world in order or not, if I live long enough, would be to go around the world, check out the cultures.
No, you know, hey, Randall, tell me about the party we're going to have on your boat.
What's that? Oh,
we're going to have a party on the lounge. Oh, I meant to put the pictures. I forgot. Shit. Let me put the pictures in there.
You didn't put the pictures up. Yeah, put pictures up of the lounge.
You gotta see his houseboat. It's so jiggling.
So what I'm gonna do, guys, or Verge, what I'm gonna do is just put some up here. I live on a marina here, and I've got two boats. One's my studio office, and the other one I live on the Delta, on the water.
Nice.
And I'm thinking of, that's why it's the Mermaid Lounge, and.
It looks like the Mermaid Lounge.
Buying a barge, putting a cantina on it, and doing the entertainment. I have friends of mine in the industry and whatnot, and I can run a store and have a store. Actually, I won't run it. Have a store ran kayak rentals, food for the staples for the park and whatnot, maintain itself, do mobile shows, the whole deal. And then I'll pull the Mermaid Lounge next to it and do live feeds. And the people that come in for the music shows stop in and deal with the Mermaid Lounge. Nice. Be recorded audio on YouTube, Spotify, and do an iPro, do a live feed there. Then they can go out and see the show, stop by the store, and get all the Mermaid Lounge paraphernalia, my artwork, all the others. We can do it all.
Well, I've always, again, it's an interesting part of where I'm not caught in that realm, even though I've done music now. Is that I've never done an actual
there's some things we're putting together in the works. But we'll see where it all goes.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
Hey, Boo,
that's my bucket list thing.
Yeah, but you have something. You have a song you want to close out, Boo?
No, not really. No, not really.
I was just
that we want to. No.
No, I have like 8,000 of them in there. You could just push anything, or we could just hang up, whatever you want. You need to say thank you, though. Thank you. Yeah.
I do. I want to say thank you to everyone coming back in as far as because the lounge has been dry docked for a while. You, darling, for putting everything together as you usually do. Virtually spectacular with all that stuff behind the scenes, man. Rack, Sweet PJ, Sheep, Lil Gary, Wayne for stopping by, joining the lounge.
JCA, thanks for doing the video, the audio. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and JC, and I remember I told him that when he was here too. And thanks again, JC, for that. That was happening. And I wanted to give a big high five and congrats to the incredible talent that this group has generated and that have flocked here of a guild of high caliber poets. You guys are no joke. And not that I'm any authority, but have been doing it a while and studied it most of my life for the pure enjoyment of what it is. And you guys are all serious poets. I've got to say, when you really look at it, and I've mentioned this before, if you were to look at the old school, the giants that we call them, and if they were alive today amongst the population of the world, in this digital information that's so overcrowding the airways, as we all know, they would be on all poetry or a similar format. That's the caliber of talent that is generated on a regular basis out of this group and out of this poetry site, actually, is if you cruise around it a bit. There is tremendous talent here. And taking it back is the gift that we're going to give the world with the audience that these shows like this generate, is a way to giving it back to the world and waking them up to the true art of poetry there. And there's every form and the new ones as it emerges as a bastard child of English coming out in its rebellion and its free creativity is incredible. And you guys are all in the forefront of this as part of a heavy-duty guild that is dying art that we're restoring and reviving. Well done, guys. Thoroughly enjoy this.
Yeah, I have to mirror that and also say that we can never, ever underestimate or undervalue the power of verse and poetry. And then when we throw music on top, that is a match made in heaven. So keep doing these things, people. Keep experimenting with your craft. Keep utilizing all the tools that surround the drums, the keys, the horns. Use these things because these are the things that enhance your words, but keep, above all, writing and sharing your thoughts on the world. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Well said.
Right.
I agree.
Right, Boo?
For me, poetry is like therapy, so I need it. I need to do it. I don't do anything else anymore that's like illegal to get my aggression out.
Well, we hope not.
No, really. I wouldn't have guessed, darling.
Yeah, we all thought you were an angel. We all thought you were an angel. We never thought you did anything terrible or anything illegal. My heavens forbid.
Yes, that's me, Mother Teresa.
That's quite cool. I tell you,
and I've only grown because of people here. I'm lucky I had a lot of good mentors.
Well, I'm sure Randall has some rather interesting stories that might indicate a less than angelic past, particularly being a musician.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure he does. He's a class actor.
You know, there's no reason why you can't regale us with a story that might shock a few people about a musical adventure or moment you had, Randall. I'd quite like to hear that.
Oh my God! If Randall curses, everybody's like, oh.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, Bert. Okay, listen to this. Randall, okay, I won't get into the story, but basically he had my back big time, hardcore. He was one of the only ones that did, the only one that believed in me, the only one that stood up. And I have never seen him go off. I have never seen him curse. I have never seen him be so badass in my life. But he was like that for me. And I was surprised. I was shocked. And I will never forget it. So he can get that when he needs to.
The real ones will always have your back when you least expect it, because that's the whole point of us being real. We deal in that. We don't deal in anything less. And I'm sure Randall will.
You know what it is, brother, on certain things that are dear to you. You have to be able to differentiate that when you're the anvil, bear, and when you're the hammer, and we spend our life wondering, did we make the right choice when we made it of which to be which at that specific time, and that's the key. And they both need to be done. And as iron sharpens iron, so also man sharpens man. And sometimes that being sharpened doesn't really like the feel of it, but it's necessary. That's how God hones us into his image.
Any shadow of a doubt. And I truly, as I've said all throughout the show, I truly believe music is part of that process. It's one of the major elements in this whole, hammering things that people need hammered into them, that maybe they're thinking, I really can't handle this, until they hear it or they receive it. And, people laugh about things like James Brown not necessarily using a lyric, but using a scream or a screech to convey something over a funk track. But it's the hammer that fits in the hole. It fits the nail in the hole. And music is just that's why I wanted to be involved in the show, because anything to do with music, to me, is vital to our very being, to our very existence, and more importantly, to our development.
It helps us
we have to develop through it.
To keep the clutter chipped away from us here.
Yeah.
So the gift we're meant to give is more exposed and be able to give it here. That's why this maskal thing, and not that we'll get into those agendas, hide the face, the smile, and I think all of us here recognize that we can recall a day, if not more than one, hopefully, when another person, a stranger's smile, made the difference on our day, and we recognize afterwards the change. That shit we do not put behind a mask. Nobody has that right.
No, I totally agree, and I don't know why you're not wanting to go there, because it's just the three of us, and we've obviously got a little bit of time. I'm like, I don't get this. I'm like, talk about negating people's freedom to speak freely. Oh, wear a mask all day. Don't worry, wear a mask, you'll be fine. It's for your own benefit. How is that for our benefit? We are supposed to be able to show emotion through our facial expressions. We are supposed to be able to speak freely. Supposed to, but as I keep saying to people, and as I hope I'll get to in future shows, we can't allow this freedom of speech to be neutered. They are slowly but surely eradicating freedom of speech. It's wrong.
It is wrong. How it's recognizing the seriousness and the depth that we are in a digital war right now, and fighting our way through it. And it's about the information to sway sides of whether you are going to, all of us are going to stand up and take this back, or you're going to roll over and be sheeple and bow to this. And that's the apex of the war is coming to a head, and we'll witness the final onslaught this summer. And then you're going to see some stuff that's going to rock you. This is going to start to rock you all the way through the unveiling.
I think it already is, Randall. I think it already is in a lot of people, to be totally honest.
It's very much
I just don't think that they're
going on right now.
Yeah, and I just don't think people have got angry enough yet. They haven't been pushed into the corner yet, where they feel completely trapped and compelled to push back. And I hope it's as soon as the summer. But I keep throwing the analogy at people. People laugh when I say it, and I'm like, it's no coincidence that after they did these 20 whatever Marvel movies, the final title that they came up with was The End Game. I still can't. I'm like, people don't seem to realize that some of these movie titles, just to veer slightly from music, but music's involved in movies as well, so we know that it relates. The idea, like, even with Star Wars, people seem to forget that there was a film called Attack of the Clones, for crying out loud. Are we not living in that age now? People are cloning to different groups, different agendas, different vibrations. And what I also wanted to ask you before we sort of come up there is this whole thing about frequencies, that musical frequencies are so important and they have such